How are you today? Good to see all of you. So we will start shortly. People coming in. Hello, good morning, monkeys. Go in front. This is so cute.
No record?
No, not so cool. Yeah, I think this is fine. Good morning, sir. How are you? Okay. So we'll start now. Good morning again.
Morning.
Welcome to today's training, stress management. So this is something that's very apt, and later we'll look at what is stress. Right? So before I start, I will introduce myself, and this is my what I do. I lecture in a university, but my forte is in mental health. So I'm also a certified hypnotherapist where I work with clients to address many different issues, achieving goals, overcoming certain habits, and basically is to change their mindset. So I work very closely with many different various issues. So this is my passion to bring this awareness to as many people as I can on how to cope with stress and what to do. And this is a lot of the things that I'm going to share today is from my life experience, something that I have practiced and I have benefited from it. Right? So I'm also I practice in Hira Maitri. This is my company where I teach yoga and I see people for hypnotherapy. Right? And this center is in Muzaffar Heights, Aikro. Anyone around from that area? Oh yeah, Brina. Yeah, Brina is close enough to Aikro. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. The young ladies, you can come in front. Yes, it's an honor to sit in front. So this is a brief profile of me, and this is the plan for today. So this course is from 9 to 1, right? So this is a tentative guideline. So I will cover until 10:45. We'll have a break. So we'll have a half an hour break where we have some food and refreshment. Yeah, so you can help yourself. And what are the things that we are going to cover today? Right? So I'm going to cover 3 points. Right? So the first one, we're going to look at what is stress. So we're going to look into understanding what is it, what happens when we are stressed, how it affects our body, our mind, and our emotion. So this understanding is crucial before we do something about it. Right? Second, I'm going to share with you some tools, and some of the tools I have used it myself, and I've seen also my clients benefiting from it. So a lot of this, as I said, is from my personal experience. I would like to share with all of you. So that is the second one, the tools. And number 3, we'll talk about personalized strategies. So this is where you tailor make it according to your personality. So you see, different people will deal with it differently. So this is the brief outline that we're going to cover these 3 things today. All right? Okay, before we go into our course, I think we should do some ice breaking, especially in the morning. And also after lunch, but we're not going to be after lunch. So in the morning, it's important to wake up. So here I have come up with this. I'm not sure whether you have done this before. Share a story. Not share a story. Basically, it's connecting. So for example, Brina will start off with a sentence or a couple of words, and then Vanessa will continue it. So just add your own twist, your own imagination. So the topic today is a day at the beach. So since this is stress management course, I think that'd be nice to take ourselves to the beach. Don't you agree? Yeah? How many, when was the last time you went to the beach? Many years ago, yeah, myself too, I missed the beach. So let's now imagine and tell your own story and just continue. So let's make sure there's a flow. Can we start with Brianna? Okay, wait, I'll get the mic. louder so everyone can hear. Perfect. Start.
So this
Uh-huh.
this morning I woke up and was getting ready to go to the beach.
Okay. This morning I woke up and getting ready to go to the beach. Vanessa.
And then suddenly I saw a dog running in my house.
Oh.
This morning I was just thinking of the water, the beach and the waves.
Okay, now she said the dog was running after her. I think I
No, running in the house.
in the
Right in my
house.
house.
Okay. So Margis, what would you add into
The dog, eh?
that? The dog. So the dog ran into the house.
Okay. I think I started playing with the dog.
Started playing with the dog. Okay, so she said she started playing with the dog. So you continue.
Just in like searching.
And
I'm not very good with dogs because I've seen a dog attack a child in Iran and yet have 19 stitches. So I'm a bit worried about that.
okay, so she said she would play, and then now you say you're worried about the dog. Okay, so he's worried about the dog. What happens next?
The dog went out of the house. Dog went out of the house and barking at the sky. Something is up there.
Let me just increase. Hi, you can come in front. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Siri, can you help me to increase the volume?
Hey, hi, Alfred.
Good morning. Good morning.
My husband,
Hi, I'm Alfred.
Alfred. Yeah.
Okay, you can try.
Sounds good, sounds
Ah,
good.
yes. Okay, so where were we? So okay, let me just brief our new our new friends. So just good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So we were just starting the story.
Alright.
Okay, so this story is about the day at the beach. That's the theme. So Brianna started with.
I woke up this morning and I wanted to
She woke up in the morning and she wanted to go to the beach. Vanessa?
And suddenly I saw a dog running in.
She brought the dog. So now suddenly she saw the dog ran in. So Margis was saying that she started playing with the dog. Is the dog? He's afraid of the dog. Yeah, he's afraid of the dog. Yeah.
The dog went out of the house
The
and
dog.
barking at the sky. Something like that.
And the sky. Okay, so the dog went out of the house and started barking at the sky. Wow, this gets interesting. Is this more to those dog now?
I love dogs so much. My childhood is fulfilled with the memories. So when I saw him, he is looking at the sky and very curious. I was so tempted to go and pet him and just try to figure out what's really bothering him. Is there something he got stuck and fear, or someone is teasing him, or what? So I was trying to figure it out, sitting with him and petting.
So,
You saw some strangers there
strangers.
looking at the dog.
Okay, some strangers looking at the dog. Okay, let's move to the dog. What happened to the beach?
I don't see any dogs there.
Oh, she doesn't. You don't see any dogs.
I thought it was just, people were just looking at it something, but I was more into the sunset.
Sunset. Okay, that's nice. Okay, that's good. You're slowly turning there now.
Then I got into the car and finally made my way to the beach.
Ah, why not?
Morning.
Morning.
The beach was full of people and everybody was having a good time.
The beach. Okay, sure.
No, sound is okay.
Sound is okay.
So the beach, yeah, the beach is full of people, and
Everybody was having a good time.
everybody was having a good time.
It was a lovely, beautiful view at the beach, and the sunset and the whole view and green glazing of blue.
Nice. So now we imagine now it's a lovely, beautiful view, sunset at the beach. So it's going towards there. Now, yes.
There's an ice cream man selling ice cream at the beach.
There's an ice cream man selling ice cream at the beach. That sounds so good.
Then I walked to the ice cream truck.
Ice cream truck.
And I purchased an ice cream for myself and asked a friend of mine, she like one.
So she bought an ice cream for herself and she asked her friend, would she like one? Ice cream. Okay, now it's going to the ice cream.
Now go back to the ice cream.
You can go anywhere you want. You can continue from there.
So from there, I also see that there's many children playing around at the beach, and they are also building sandcastles.
Ah, many children building sand castles. Let's continue.
Good morning, everyone. Then I realized that I need vitamin C.
Then she realized she need vitamin C.
I went to my bar. I took out a mat. I placed on sand and just sat on it and just enjoy.
So she sat on the sand and enjoyed the view.
Well, when I was enjoying the view, then suddenly a big jellyfish came up the beach and started towards me.
Okay, the big jellyfish started and came towards her. Came towards her. So then what happened? You're gonna end the story this time.
The jellyfish didn't seem to want to attack. So what I did was I just ran around it, trying to confuse it.
Let's give a round of applause. That's a wonderful kind of a story. So what did you gather from this exercise? Was it stressful to think on the go? No. For some it comes naturally, yeah. For some probably you had probably a little bit trepidation thinking on your feet. Yeah. So this is where I'm going to bring towards that. What is stress? From this exercise, maybe some of you have experienced some kind of a tension, difficulty to come up with an idea or flow with the flow of the story. But that was a beautiful story. First from the house to the dock, and then to the beach, and then to the ice cream truck, then to the dead jellyfish, and finally going around it and ending the story. So dear friends, what is stress? What is the meaning of stress? How do we understand? This is something that we face, all of us face. Is that correct? Is there anyone without stress? Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
And sit here. So what is stress? Anyone wants to give any words? What word come to your mind when you hear the word stress? Can you hear me back there?
Can.
Anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay, so Ms. Halda said anxiety. Anyone else? Upset. Upset. Think a lot. Emo. Yeah. Emotional. Anyone else?
It's something that's also your animals are trying to do something.
Animal selves trying to keep you safe. Wow, that's what we call it as fight or flight. Have you all heard of that before? So stress, can I say it's like a worry as well? Yeah, worry, tension. What kind of tension? Mental and the body, yes, correct. Okay, so it's a form of, are we going into the future or are we going back in the past? Stress is future. a condition of mostly in the future, correct? We're thinking what's going to happen? What will people think of me? What will happen? What if I can't do this well? So it's more towards the condition of the future. Alright? So from this course today, right, I'll share with you, alright, what is stress and how it impacts us. And why is it necessary at times? Alright? So we look at stress is actually an inevitable part of our life, but the most important thing is that we know how to deal with it, because chronic stress can affect us, we know that. Okay, sometimes it's very hidden, you know. We don't even realize. Okay, it's there, but we don't recognize it. So today we're going to raise the awareness, and then we're going to learn some tools and personalize it ourselves. Right? So these are the course objectives. Right? So we're going to understand what is stress, how to apply the tools, right, and personalize it. Okay. And then I'm going to go on with the learning objective. So as I said just now, I will cover 3 things today. Right? First, we're going to look at the understanding of stress. Second, the tools. And third is personalizing it, personalized strategy. That means different people have different coping mechanism. Okay, so this is also understanding ourselves. Alright? Okay. So now, so I'm sure you're seeing something that I'm also seeing. Okay, in this situation, what would you do? Run for your life, correct? When you're running, how does the body respond? This is what we call fight or flight. But we cannot fight a lion. So we will fly. That means we run as fast as we can. So to run as fast as we can, what the body has to do? It has to stretch, pump the blood so that the legs can run as fast as it can. So this is what happens under condition of stress. Don't you agree with me?
What about you freeze?
Freeze? Oh no. I don't you know, freeze.
Some people may,
So
may have this kind of reaction.
I think no, in our system there's built-in mechanism to run. You will definitely run. And I think you will run the fastest you ever done in your whole life. And you don't even realize you have that strength. Because this is the body's mechanism to make you survive. This is survival, don't you agree with me?
Yes.
Back then in our ancestors, how did they survive in the wild? They had to have this fight or flight. So this is a survival mechanism. If not, it's very easy to perish in the wild. But in today's modern era, are we in danger? Are we in real danger? Sometimes, maybe when you are walking alone in the dark, and then maybe you're afraid of being mugged, robbery, alright? But under normal circumstances, like right here, right now, are you under threat? Or are you under danger? Are you in danger? So often, we are not in danger, but the mind perceives it as threat. Because it's inbuilt in us. Because this stress is help us to run, to help the system, the adrenaline to push in so that you can run. And you have palpitation, your pupil will dilate. This is a survival mechanism. But in today's era, most of the time, there is no real danger because we are in this modern society where we are safe. We are blessed to be in this country which we have the safety. There's no war. So this condition, by right, we should feel very safe. By right, we should not have all the symptoms of stress, which is heartbeat going fast, pupil dilating. Okay, now after you run away from the lion, okay, now you're safe. What should happen? The body should restore, correct? So naturally, the body should restore to its resting space. So you know the body has fight or flight. The other opposite is what? Resting. Sorry?
What relief?
Relief. Relief, yes, or relax. Correct? So there's two opposite end of the spectrum. One is when you have fight or flight. That's what happens when you see the lion, correct? The other opposite end is that we are built to rest. So when we sleep, by right, we should be very relaxed. But when we carry that problem with us, we are not. So 24 hours, the body is operating on that chemical stress, which is what is causing illness. So this is a release of chemicals in our body when we are stressed. So it affects us physiologically as well. It means you're all physical. Right? So when we can find a balance between when it's danger, we do this, and then we restore, that's a good balance. But what if we cannot do that? That means you are continuously operating in stress, and this becomes bad. Okay, so this is what today we're going to see what to do about it. Alright? So this is the lion. Okay, next I bring in another wild animal, the snake. Yeah. Who likes snake here? Who has a snake as a pet? Okay, so no exotic animals here. So now, let's say this person Jack. I hope there's no Jack here. Okay, so Jack is walking along into the jungle, and suddenly he stumbled upon a snake just right in front of him, about to strike him. So what his body will respond? Same thing. It will start getting fast. So either he flees or he runs away. What if it is too late that the snake bit him? Okay, so it's already he got bitten. So now, what would he do? What is the right thing? What is the right thing that he should do?
Seek help.
Seek help. Correct? So he would not go and run after the snake and ask the snake, "Why did you bite me? I don't deserve it." Okay, but what happens in our daily life? When something happens to us, we are looking outward, correct? We blame. So rarely we look inward. So there's not a lot of reflection, or I call it like inner healing or inner work. Alright? So this is a point where we are asking the question. In our life, this is a question to yourself, right? Are we playing a victim card or a creator card? Are you playing the victim card or the creator card? So for the snake story just now, if the person thinks in the mindset of the victim, he will blame the snake. Okay? But if the person thinks of how to heal from that wound, then he takes the power back as a creator. So don't you agree with me? We all are creators. Yes or no? I can't hear.
Yes.
So we are the creator of our life. So we are responsible and we can actually take charge. Are we driven by external environment or internal environment? Internal means within us. External means we blame outside circumstance, like the wife or the husband or the boss. Who else would you blame? Teacher. Okay. So this is all looking external and blaming. So then, where can we improve ourselves? So that is the question. Okay, so I want to introduce to you this person. It's a very special person in my life. He's my mentor. His name is Tom Silver. So I learned hypnotherapy from Tom Silver. Tom Silver is a renowned hypnotherapist in the United States. So he has appeared in some of the US TV shows. So he's also a celebrity hypnotist. And he was also invited to Taiwan to work with some of the famous celebrities, where he did some live shows where he started with stage hypnosis. Stage basically is for entertainment. Then slowly he discovered the therapeutic effect of hypnotherapy in healing people, in helping them to come out with whatever illness or mental problem or challenges they have. So after that, he has put his life, over 38 years, into dedicating himself into the field of hypnotherapy. So he's also a founder of the scientific hypnotherapy, which I'm doing, where he uses this EEG. Okay, later I'll show you, to monitor the brain wave. So this is a neuroscience. How words can affect that, affect our thoughts. So this is very powerful, and this is a true story. And he was also invited to Taiwan to solve a murder mystery. Can you imagine? a high-profile murder mystery. So someone in the high ranking was murdered, and they did not know who did it. So how did he come in? He used hypnosis to get them to speak the truth. But this is an art as well as a science, right? In getting they will say the accomplice to speak the truth. Finally, they managed to solve it by the person that they caught is actually innocent. So an innocent person was caught, was able to be set free because the case was solved. So he came to Malaysia last year to teach scientific hypnosis, and that's where I met him. Right? So I'm here to share some of the things that I learned from him. We speak weekly, and we're continuously finding ways to address this mental health and helping people to solve or helping people to come out of whatever problem they're in. Okay, the next one. Anybody? Trivia question is a trivia question. I think from my generation, you will know who's the person next to him. Yes, Kevin Costner. I know, she was saying, who's that? So you are from a different generation, sweetie. So this guy from our generation we know is Kevin Costner. So he has worked with many celebrities to help them to come up with their issues. All right. Now, just now we said that stress. Stress is good or bad? Yes, correct. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Like the lion, you need that stress to kick in so that you can run as fast as you can. But when you're resting, you must know how to let it go. So the body is built into these two spectrums, fight or flight and rest. So often when we are in an extreme stressful situation, we are not able to rest. That's when we have problem. Okay? So it can be internally imposed or it is imposed by society, by people outside. Right? Okay, let's look at this image. So this is quite a beautiful tree, right? What do you notice about this picture? First thing, anyone?
Roots.
Roots. She noticed the roots. So if you notice, the roots are so deep down within. Let's say there's a storm. What would happen to this tree? I don't think anything would shake this tree because of the deep roots. So this is what in our daily life. Do we have a solid practice to keep us deeply rooted? So that when the storm hits, we are not swaying. You see, when we are here means we're thoughts. When we are at this level, we are always shaken by the storm. But if you shifted attention to your belly button or to your feet, that means you stay grounded, and what happens? It's like the tree. You have deep roots. So what is the key for this? The practice. So all of us want to grow deep roots. Deep roots doesn't mean that you stay rooted in one place. Okay, you can move around, but you have a solid practice that whatever life throws at you, you're still strong. Yes, you can still remain stable, and that is something that all of us aspire to achieve. All of us want to achieve. Sometimes we see that in monks. They're so deeply rooted. Sometimes we see it in the lay people, where they are naturally rooted. Is this an inborn quality or can this be cultivated?
It can be cultivated.
Yes, it can be cultivated. Later I will share my personal story, right? So that you can have a glimpse of what is the lesson that I learned personally. Okay, so just now we stated that positive and negative effect of stress. Okay, like the lion, right? we needed the stress to run away. Okay, imagine there's no deadline. Okay, you have an assignment coming up and there's no deadline. You're at your work, there's no project deadline. What would you do? Procrastinate. Right? You would relax. So when you have deadline, it's good because it pushes us to perform, correct? It motivates us to do things. But the flip side of that is when it takes over. Call it like a hijack. When it hijacks your system, this is what we do not want, the negative effects. This is when the stress hijacks your whole system. That means it took over you and you no longer can function. So symptoms like anxiety, burnout, alright, all these. What do you think about depression? Is stress related to depression? Yes. So sometimes some people, when they are overstressed, they just give up. They won't do anything. That is depression. Depression means you don't feel like getting up from bed, you don't feel like doing anything, you don't feel like meeting anyone. Okay. The opposite side is anxiety. What is anxiety? Anxious means you feel like you cannot sit still and your heartbeat is going fast and you feel restless. So that is the other side of depression, correct? Depression, you don't want to do anything. Anxiety is like you are too, what do you call it? Like you feel like restless. So this can be caused by stress, overwhelmed, yes. Right, Burma? So this is something that you do not want. Okay, I would like to share my personal story. I'm sure some of you have seen this handsome gentleman here. This is my husband. He's sitting at the back there. I've asked his permission to share this story, so he's okay. Okay, so this is a personal story, my personal story that happened in 2008. So 2008, I was engaged to my husband. We had our engagement. We were about to get married on that year. So then he got diagnosed with cancer. So we postponed our wedding and we took matters in our hand and said, okay, this is what we have to do. He went for chemotherapy, and then surgery. So he had a bone cancer and he was already taken out. So there was a tumor growing in his bone, and through the surgery and chemo, it was resolved. So during that period, it came as a shock for us, but we just took it in our stride. So I thought I was fine. I was in Malacca and he's from KL. So he was going for chemotherapy treatment in UMSC in Selangor. So I would go from Malacca, I would travel to KL to be with him in the hospital during his treatment. So I was traveling back and forth. So I thought I was fine. I was taking it a day at a time. So I thought I was handling it very well. I was like, okay, everything is going well. And one fine day, I went to the ATM machine. I put in my ATM card to withdraw money. And as I was pressing my PIN, I forgot my PIN. I forgot my ATM PIN. How could that happen? So after numerous attempts, I realized that I completely forgot it. So that's when it hit me that I was under stress. And I just forgot. It's just wiped off from my memory. Something that you use so frequently, the ATM card. I use it so frequently. How can I forget the PIN? That was a realization that I was suffering from stress without realizing. So it's so hidden, and I didn't realize that I was under a tremendous amount of stress, and then I found some coping mechanism for me and for him. So everything went well, then we got married the next year, and now we have 3 children. So this is a story where I wanted to share with you, because most of us probably we are experiencing stress without even realizing. So it's so hidden until it manifests. either it can manifest for me is like forgot the pin. Some people it manifests through physical ailment. Suddenly they have migraine. And some people emotional pain. Suddenly they have depression. So it manifests in different forms. So stress, when it's used properly, when you're aware, it's good. But when you're not aware, it's so insidious, it can cause some unwanted effect. Right? Okay. So back then, in my story just now, I wasn't carrying self-doubt. Probably I was carrying a lot of uncertainty in my head because I do not know what would happen. Even though I thought I surrendered, okay, but apparently not. So some of us carry a lot of baggage, some self-doubt, pressure, expectation, so many things. And when we are going towards our goal. Imagine you're carrying this amount of load and you are going towards your goal. That will be like an uphill, like swimming against the current, right? You are working towards your goal, but at the same time, you find you're struggling. Okay, do we need to carry this? That's the question. What if we can put it down? What a liberation that is. When we know how to put it down. Like you change clothes, right? You say, okay, this one I don't want, these thoughts, I put it down. That's easier said than done. But this speaks a lot. From this image, you can see that if we put this down, it's so easy to work towards our goal. Okay, dear friends, I would like to have your feedback now. I would like to know, this is anonymous, you can use your phone, no names are required. What are the specific pressures you face in your life? Okay, there's a QR code. And this is private and confidential, there's no name revealed. Okay? This is a free platform for you to check in. Check in where? I know you're checked into this place, but we check in to ourselves. That's a very important check-in. Let's check in to ourselves. What kind of pressures you face? You can scan the QR code and you can rank it from the highest to the lowest. Okay? So highest to the lowest. Okay, this is just an insight of what are the common pressures we face in our daily life, from the highest to the lowest. Okay, before we do something about it, it's good to have an awareness, correct? So it's good to check in with ourselves. Right? So most of you have stated work-related stress. We wait for some of our friends. Looks like work work-related stress seems to be leading, followed by future uncertainty and health issues. Future uncertainty. Right? So this is, as I said, this exercise is for you to check in. Check in what is the pressure that you face and what is the highest from the lowest. Okay, so thank you for your feedback. So this is for you to check in, for you to learn from that. Any questions so far, dear friends? Because it's so quiet. Everything all right?
Yes.
Okay, now future uncertainties leading. Yeah. Nobody likes uncertainty. Who likes adventure here? Okay. All right. Adventure is a sense of uncertainty? No. So you want adventure, so it means adventure is a set of predicted variables. Not really? Okay, never mind. It's for us to, these questions are for us to, even for me to reflect. Right? So adventure, if you are adventurous, you have an adventurous trait, is whether you like uncertainty, you like to go out for unplanned trips, or you like to it to be scheduled. Okay, this is where I will talk about it later. Okay, later. Alright? Okay, now, okay, so far, okay, that's what we will proceed here. Wow, this is a nice sight to see in the morning. Who loves a lotus flower?
Everyone.
I love it too. It's the most, when you see closely, from here you see the petals and the color and how it's blooming. Okay, but when you look deeply, when you look deeper, what conditions does it need for a lotus flower to grow? What are the conditions that it needs?
Water.
Water, mud, sunlight, love. That's important element. But why is there, now the thing is that many people see, they didn't know there's a mud underneath, right? There's a mud. So from that mud, the lotus flower blooms and grows. So in our life, we have suffering, correct? Can you run away from suffering? Is inherently part of life. So now, if I relate back to my story here, I never used to be calm and collected in one place. So I always think of what is the next thing to do. I'm always bouncing and bouncing and bouncing in my thoughts. Right? So then through mindfulness, I had to find myself sitting in one place. Meditation. So I first started meditating when I was 14. I only lasted 1 minute. It was so challenging, I never realized it. When I sat down and I closed my eyes, wow, so many thoughts in my head, and I didn't know what to do with it. I couldn't last. So I kept at it. So through practice, it has helped me to stay grounded. So then I realized, I was also told that, hey, you don't laugh so much when I was young. You don't laugh so much, you don't be so happy, later you're going to cry. Anybody heard of this? Yeah. Hey, you laugh so much, later you're going to cry. So then I'll be like, oh no. I'll be like, I'm so afraid to have so much fun, because then later I find myself crying. Self-fulfilling prophecy just keeps on happening. So then I started believing that I should not be too happy. I should just be stoic. I should not get too excited. Then when I learned about this lotus flower, how with the mud it grows, how with the suffering it was still able to bloom and make people happy. So then I realized I can still be happy. And when the suffering comes, I learn how to cope with it, embrace it. So then I realized it's part of life, and I should all of us should permit ourselves to enjoy life. Do we need fancy things to enjoy life? No. Does the clear blue sky make you happy enough? Having these 2 feet to walk. So maybe when you are mindful enough, you realize that you already have enough conditions to be happy right here and right now. So I'm very grateful I was able to learn from a Zen master. His name is Thich Nhat Hanh. He's a Vietnamese Zen master, and he has transformed my life. I will not be who I am today without him. And through all the struggles in life, that practice kept me solid. So I'm here today to share with all of you my personal journey and my personal practice that has benefited me, and I sincerely hope that it will benefit all of you, each one of you. We all are facing our own issues in our own way. Often we look at someone like, hey, look at her, she's boasting, she's bragging, but we do not have any idea what that person is going through. Every one of us, if we see that we are going through struggle, we can have empathy and compassion. The moment you have empathy and compassion, can you have hatred? There's no room in them for that. So when we look at this lotus flower, let us remind ourselves that happiness, joy, and pain are part of life. So we can allow ourselves to be joyful, and when the pain comes, we know how to embrace it and take care of it. Right? Okay, now I'm going to share with you how stress manifests. Just now briefly I've mentioned. It can manifest physically, emotionally, and by thoughts. Okay, so let's look at the physical side. Muscle tension, okay, we all know that. Emotional, you have mood swings. Cognitive means, like for example, for myself, I forgot the ATM pin. That means memory, right? Behavior, you don't want to see people. You don't want to, eat, or you can't sleep, insomnia. Okay, so here I would like to share some story. This is of course anonymous. I'm not going to mention any names. These are the stories from my clients that come for hypnotherapy. Okay, so I'll start with this person. She's a doctor. So she came to me because she's not able to sleep. Every night she has to take sleeping pill just to get 3 hours of sleep. And she did not like it because it's not really a good sleep, and she was depending upon the pill. And there's side effects. So she came in, and after 3 sessions, she's able to sleep without the sleeping pill. So what happened? Because I am just a guide. She wanted to change. So through her own thought patterns, she's able to change whatever problems that was weighing in her mind now seemed very small. So now she's able to smile, and what a transformation that is. And she did the work. She did that check-in. Remember just now I said check-in? Check-in with your emotion, be aware, and then transformation can happen. Okay. The next story. This is the doctor. Okay, the next story is the student. Oh wow, how many of you can relate to this who are still studying? No, you're not studying, you're a teacher, Vanessa, right? Yes, so she teaches kindergarten. So she is exposed to daily, day in and day out, and she also works with autistic children. So she has a lot of resilience. Okay, so this student, I also see students, and mostly they come for academic issues. Not able to remember, not able to study, cannot focus, no interest, no motivation. So again, all right, what happens here is that they must want to have a desire. Okay, let's say a child comes and the child actually doesn't really want to study, doesn't want to make any changes, then it doesn't work. So there must be a desire to change. So then, what certain hypnotherapy can do here is that it can improve memory, focus, concentration, and motivation. And also exam stress. What happens? Normally students is that when they sit for the exam, they just go into a state of switch off. They can't function because of the stress. So this helps them. Hypnotherapy helps them with that. Okay, the third one is all of us in the room today can relate to that. We all have worked at some point in our lives. Some of us are retired here. So the worker, one of the person that I saw a month back, he's experiencing this issue called hypochondriac. Anyone heard about the word before? Hypochondriac meaning he thinks something's wrong with his body. He thinks he's not well, even though he's perfectly okay. So he thinks that he's having heart problem because he has some pain on his chest, which he has checked with many doctors. In fact, he went to IGN and he did a procedure. I can't remember what is that. He paid 5,000 ringgit. The doctor said no need. But he went through it because he said no, something is wrong. But even that came clear, he did not want to believe. I think the doctor is not qualified. So this is called psychosomatic. Psychosomatic means from your thoughts manifest in the body. Sometimes it's not there, but the thoughts create that pain in our body. So it's amazing how the mind works. It's phenomenal how we actually when you understand how the mind works. Right? Okay. So in essence, when we look here, look at the grand scheme of things. How nice we can step out and see the grand scheme of things. Often we are trapped here, right? We are trapped in that storm, in that whirlwind, and we cannot see a way out. Now, as audience and the participant here, we are stepping out and we are looking at things that we worry about. Wow, things that can happen. And this small dot is actually what actually happened. So in our grand scheme of things, this is what we think something happened, something will going to happen, or this person is going to not like me, I'm not going to do well, and then this is where things can happen, but actually in reality, this is the occurrence or chance of it happening. The probability is so small, yet we spend so much of our time and energy focusing on things that don't matter. Why don't we then focus on things that matter? Like whatever that we are here for, to do our work or to do whatever social work, to fulfill our purpose, to excel, to succeed, to give back, whatever that purpose could be. So this just is an illustration. Okay, everything okay, dear friends?
Yes.
Okay, so what time are we going for the break again? 10.
Now it's 10 o'clock.
Okay. 10:30 is it? 10:45. 10:30 we'll be to the break. Okay. We've covered the first part. What is stress and how it impacts us. So we've seen that, okay, this is the definition of stress and how it can manifest in our physical body, in our thoughts and emotions. So now we come to the second part, the tools. That's what we want to learn, right? So to be a good practitioner, you need tools in your toolkit, correct? So today I'm here to share with you 6 tools. 6 tools. Physical wellness, time management. So before we go for our break, I'll cover the physical wellness and time management. Then after we come back from our break, and we proceed with mindfulness and relaxation, hypnotherapy, I'll share with you about that, support system and resilience. So in my personal life, I've used these tools and I'm here to share with you. So maybe you like certain tools more than the other, right? That's where we later on, the part 3 is where you personalize it according to your personality type, your personality profiling. So you personalize your own strategy. Okay, that we'll do it later. Okay, let's come to physical wellness. We all are aware the body and mind are interrelated, correct? Who agrees that the body and mind are interrelated?
Yeah.
Okay. So the paramount is of paramount importance that we come back to our body. The body is something we can see, right? Can we go and see our thoughts? Can we go and see our mind? No, it's is something that you cannot see, but body is something that you can see in the physical reality. So how is body physical wellness related to stress? Okay, so compared to, for example, let's say different people cope with stress differently. Some people, they like to eat, depending on what you eat lah. But we always reach to what? When you stress, do you reach vegetables? Do you reach out for vegetables?
Sweets.
Fruits? No, we reach to sweets, junk food. Why do you think that is the case? Why don't we reach to fruits and vegetables? I mean, maybe consciously we do that, but why unconsciously we reach out to something that is sweet and we know it's not really good for us.
Easy to reach.
Easy to reach, yeah, there's a lot of that available in any store you can get it. Compared to fruits, you need to find it. Yeah, that's the
You
need to cut. The easiest will be the grapes lah. Right? Grapes, banana. Banana bean. Yeah, but you're right. It's so difficult to stumble upon fruit than a shop that sells processed food. Right? That's one. What's the other reason why we reach to that junk food?
It gives you the oomph.
Yes, it gives you the yes, Madam Subhatra. It just gives you that high, correct? The sugar rush. Just it makes you feel good, then you crash again. Then what? You want it more.
And then grab some more.
And you grab some more. You will never eat a lot of vegetables, but you always can eat so much of junk, right? Because it's so addictive. That's what it's designed for. Okay, but we know it's not good for us. Okay, so this is about mindfulness again, to switch the habit, right? So when we eat the junk food, do we feel good? For a while.
For a while, yes.
Then again it hits. So we know it's not lasting, right? And then you go downward spiral, and then the worst part is that your body.
God do that.
Yeah. So that's the worst part. Now you got a double whammy. First you're stressed, then you do all of that, then you got another whammy, your physical health. So why is it important now for nutrition? We know, okay, we understand this. Does exercise make you feel good? Yes. Who said yes? Oh, good. So we must love exercising. Yes, because you know why? You enjoy the endorphin. Right? So we can do any exercise that suits us. Doesn't mean you have to go to the gym and lift and and suffer the next day. But I teach yoga. I love yoga because it helps me to stay grounded. Otherwise, I'm just all over the place. So depending on what you like, some people like to go for a walk. The walking is so amazing. Recently, I started enjoying it. It's such a wonderful thing to walk, isn't it? Some people, they like to run, jogging, aerobics, whatever it is. When you enjoy doing it, then it becomes part of your life. Then this is a healthy coping mechanism. Compared to Netflix, binge watching Netflix, compared to sitting on the couch potato and with your friend, which is the junk food, coupled with that. So this is all not going to do anything. So you can always switch, and this is through practice. Actually, it takes time. Let's say you haven't started. Okay, let's say you haven't started, you will not know the benefit of it, correct? So when you start, you know it's beneficial. Yes, Brianna.
What if doing this work is the cause of making mistakes?
Good question. Very good question. So Brianna asked, what if doing this both is causing you to be stressed?
Yeah.
Imagine you wake up, oh no, I have to exercise today. I didn't exercise. Did I clock in my exercise hours? Did I eat the right balanced meal? Correct? Did you all face that?
Yes.
So she asked a very good question. What if this becomes a source of stress?
Sometimes it happens when you miss your exercise.
Sometimes when you miss your exercise.
Yes, you have a schedule, you have to go for a walk, and then suddenly you miss that, and then I didn't do it. I've lost that.
Guilt feeling also.
Guilt feeling, yeah.
Guilt. That's the word, guilt, right? Guilt.
Kills you actually.
Yeah, actually guilt kills you, that's right. So what do we do?
What do we do?
What do we do? What is the first,
Happy hours, huh?
first step towards change? Now you're already aware that you have the guilt.
Get some friends to do.
Get your friends, yeah, accountability partner. Like she said, Miss Salda said, have someone to walk with you. Or it's okay, just say it's okay, I can go and walk tomorrow.
Tomorrow never comes.
Actually, we are creator.
Huh?
Actually, we are creator.
Yeah, we are the creator. Yes, so it's for me, okay, it also happened to me. I used to beat myself up when when I don't exercise. Then I realized the other side, when I say I let it go, when I exercise, I believe consistency is the key. We can walk for 5 minutes. I think that's okay. If you can lift weights for 5 minutes, the moment you show up for yourself, there's already a commitment. And that consistency will keep you going, and you will not really miss out so long. But if you miss out one day, that's fine. Right? So this is important to take care of our body, because this is related to stress. So instead of reaching junk food, we can find a healthier habit to replace it with. So I found this image, I kind of like it. If you look at the top part, the top picture, living a life in this world where we have obligation. These obligations are most often self-imposed. I must do this, I should do this, I have to do this. Can you see the difference compared to I want to do this? How many of us say I have to do this? Are there? I should do this.
Should, yes.
Should and want. Isn't that very different?
Yes,
Let's
yes.
say I say I want to exercise. Wow, it feels so nice. Compared to I should exercise. That's like a guilt built into the word. The words that we use are so powerful because I'm in the hypnotherapy field. The words are so powerful. You know, NLP, right? Neuro-linguistic. Yeah? So it programs that. So the lifespan living is where we are able to enjoy the other things in life. Like just now, Madam Subhatra said, going for a walk is so enjoyable when you are able to enjoy it compared to clocking in the number of steps, the number of miles. Why are we obsessed with all of that figures? When we can allow ourselves to enjoy it. Right? Okay, just now I already covered the first part. Before we go our break, I'll cover one more: time management. So physical wellness, we've covered that. The second point is time management. We all know this, right? We all know this. So I'll just talk about the Eisenhower. I think you all are familiar with this: urgent versus urgent, important, not urgent. Which quadrant would you like to be in? Not urgent. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, not urgent. Then there's no stress, right?
Yeah.
So you can just take your time. Life is a breeze. There's no deadline. So not urgent quadrant, but important. Important and not urgent is where, like, okay, exercise and wellness. That is actually not urgent, right?
But it's important.
But it's important. Many of us might neglect exercise because we think it's not urgent. I have to go work, I have to finish my deadline. So exercise is the last thing in our mind. Okay, but it's important. Right? So what is the first quadrant? Important and urgent. Okay? Meeting. These are all work related mostly. It's deadline, which you have to do it now. So we don't want to be in the other end, which is not urgent, not important. But it's okay to have a little bit, like watching TV. That's fine, right? You just spend a little bit time on that. Alright? So how we spend the time according to this quadrant. Okay, another one, the second one, time management, I would like to share with you. Have anyone heard of this word before? Something like that, yes. 80-20, Pareto, or 80-20. Anyone heard this word? Pomodoro? It's actually a tomato, it's actually a tomato. Italian, yeah. So this is a Pomodoro technique which works for me. Alright? Where I set aside few a section of the time. 25 minutes only. So I think 25 minutes, most of us can last 25 minutes to focus on a task. What do you think? Yes, I think 25 minutes is quite a fair amount of time. It's doable for most people, even with a short attention span. Okay, so set a timer for 25 minutes. This is where you set a timer so that 25 minutes you just focus whatever task that you're doing. Can you imagine what happened to the quality of that work you're doing? How many of you like multitasking?
We don't like but have to.
Don't like but have to, correct.
Yeah, that's a go I could.
No
You
choice.
don't like it, but no choice.
Yeah.
I do it as well. As a mother, especially, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, we are the champion in multitasking. Where we have to handle so many different things in the household as a woman.
Women especially.
So I don't want to be
Gender.
men, but now men are doing more, you know. Right? I don't want anyone then will feel like sexist. No. Because I know nowadays men are also helping out a
Equally
lot.
helping out.
Equally, yes. So maybe we can just say all of us are at certain point in time we multitask. Okay, what happens in multitasking? Each task, the quality is compromised. Okay. Imagine if you can focus, give your undivided focus to one task for 25 minutes. Can you imagine? What will be the quality of the work that you are going to produce?
Perfect.
Yes. So this is just training. Then what do you do? After 25 minutes, wow, now you can enjoy yourself. Right? Then you go for a walk, or you stretch, or you drink, whatever. Take 5-minute break. 5 minutes is enough to recharge. Then you go back to
Just like a
another
power
task.
nap.
Power nap, yes. Power nap are really effective. Actually, some people, when they're stressful, they sleep. It helps, but if you sleep, don't sleep so long. So be very careful, don't sleep. Sleep like power nap. That power nap, it recharges everything. It's very good. Okay? So then you repeat. So after 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break. So after you do 4 sections, then you take a longer break. So this is an effective way if you are doing a task that requires your attention and focus. Okay, Pomodoro. Okay, so I think we will stop here. Then we can go for a break now. It's 10:50. Okay, before we go for a break, so we already covered what is stress and tools. How many tools we covered? Two, right?
Yeah.
Physical wellness.
Time management.
Yes, time management. Right? Any questions so far, dear friends?
Discipline.
Discipline. Yeah. What is discipline?
It's required for time management.
It's required for time management. So when we do a habit over and over again, we call it as building a neuroplasticity in the brain. Right? It's called the power of habit. So we keep doing it and keep doing it, it becomes part of our life. So when we do something for the first time, especially if you're after a certain age, including myself, you find it difficult to learn new things, new habit, and stick with it. So it's actually consistency and discipline. Easier said, okay, but it can be done. Any other question? Okay, we can take our break. Enjoy your refreshment. It's provided outside, and we'll come back after half an hour. Okay, I'll see you in a while.
Can't stop. You just try to stay.
Can you see the door?
Welcome, dear friends. Anyone feeling sleepy? No. Are you sure?
Yes.
I have this energizer that I do during training, okay, which is called power. Okay, I will demonstrate. Right? So ready, yeah? All of you will do it later with me. Okay? So you're going to stand and you're going to gather all your voice and say, power, power, power.
Wow, wow, wow.
And then later I'll explain to you what happens when you do that. Okay? So no one is going to look at you. I'm going to turn this side and then we're going to do it together. Does that sound okay? So you're going to go all out, project it. Because if I say power, 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 no power. So you're going to give it all and tell me how you feel. Only when you do it, you're able to experience it. Alright? Okay, shall we do that together?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to look at you, right? So you are free to express yourself. So we're going to record each other doing power. Okay, ready? Alright, so give it all you have, alright? Okay, so I'm just going to turn this side and you're just going to do your thing. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Power! 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 Hey, I think that's very well. One more time. I think I put mostly in front. Okay, one more time.
Because Vanessa is too loud.
Vanessa is too loud, so maybe I'll stand here. Okay, ready? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Power! 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 Okay, are you awake now? Yes. Okay, later I'll explain what it does to our system. Okay, so just now what we covered? Physical wellness
And time management.
So first we covered the stress, what is stress, and then we look at the 2 tools. Okay, so now, so stay until the end. As I said, towards the end we have a guided relaxation where you get to experience the feeling of being relaxed. So I'll guide you through that. Right? So that's towards the end. So now we will go to the third tool. That's mindfulness and relaxation. Okay, this is something that has helped me. Thank you. Right. So in my personal life, I've utilized this and it's helped me tremendously. So as mentioned just now, we have to do it, then we experience it. Like just now, if I have demonstrated power, but you don't do it, you would not have experienced it. Right? So in my life, as I started, at 14 years old, as I say, I sat down for the first time. I was fascinated with the idea of meditation. And I thought that this is really something that I'm interested in, and it looked so easy. So as I said,
It's a car MB 9501.
MBE.
Sorry.
Okay, so as I sat down for the first time, I was 14 years old. I did not even last a minute because it's something to be awake now and to close your eyes and to be aware of the thoughts. So this is a lifelong practice. Okay, for example, I practice meditation today and a whole week I don't practice it. Will I be able to reap the same benefit? The answer is no. So it doesn't matter how long you sit, but the quality of it. So you don't have to sit for an hour or 30 minutes. So it's not really important how much time, but it's important just to sit with yourself and reflect the quality of it. So I'll start with the meditation that I do is very is real because we come back to our body and our breathing. Some people like to visualize something. So sometimes in my hypnotherapy, depending on the client, some client respond well with visualization. So then we go with that. So it's very tailor-made. But if I do in a group setting, breathing and physical muscle relaxation. Because this is something real that all of us can actually feel our body. But it's not really easy. Yeah, it's not really easy to watch your breath. How come they say breathing, watch your breath come in and out? It's not so easy, isn't it? Isn't it so primal, so basic? But it's not easy because the thoughts will come in and go. So the idea here is to surrender. Does the word surrender sound good? Surrender versus stress. Surrender sounds good, depending how you understand the word surrender. So actually, remember the weight that they were carrying. Remember the heavy load, the earlier part here. This heavy load, do we need to carry it around? This is where the practice of surrender comes. So when you sit in meditation, you're actually surrendering. And when the more you surrender, the better would be. So let's say you sit for meditation and you want to control some things. Then it's a stress itself. Then meditation becomes stressful. Like when you exercise, you want to make sure you hit this target. Isn't that stressful? But then you may ask, if I don't have a target, I'll not do anything. So how do we find a balance? So in my aspect is that even 5 minutes you sit for meditation is good enough than not doing it at all. So the best time to do it is when we wake up in the morning. So what do we do when we wake up in the morning? Anyone wants to share?
Open our eyes.
Scroll. Open your eyes. Scroll. So you reach for your phone. Yeah, that's the honest answer because I also do that. So I noticed that when I wake up, the tendency is to pick up the phone, right? Because that's our best friend. And the phone doesn't say anything to us. Correct? So we want to see it first thing in the morning. So, to switch the habit, why don't we just close our eyes and go back to the body? It's a practice, right? When we wake up in the morning, that's where our subconscious mind is the most open to suggestions, to words, to ideas. So first thing, whatever you consume for the day is the most important thing because your subconscious mind, as soon as you wake up, it's open. I call it programming. Then just before you go to sleep, that's also a very important time that we should dedicate to meditation or self-reflection or affirmation or visualization, whatever that works for you. So these first minutes after you wake up and before you go to sleep is so critical because that's where you program your subconscious mind. Anyone have heard the word subconscious mind? Yes. So later I'll explain to you how it is used in hypnotherapy. So before you go to sleep and after you wake up. I'm sure you've heard about it. But now it's about doing it. We've heard about it, we heard, okay. Do we do it? That's the second point. So when you wake up in the morning, why don't you just sit down and just breathe in and out? A few seconds is already good enough. 1 minute is good enough. Then you go about your daily tasks. The phone will always be there with you. And just before you go to sleep, why don't you just wind down and go back to your body, breathing in and out, regulate your breathing, then you sleep, then you have a better quality of sleep. Just a small change in this makes a big difference. So that is the meditation that I go back to, which is the breathing, which is related to mindfulness. Okay, meditation, deep breathing, mindfulness app. So these are the some of you like to do guided relaxation. So you listen to someone guiding you. That works well as well. Alright, so if anything that suits you, that you find comfortable doing, comfortable sticking to. Relaxation, muscle relaxation and visualization. Right? So again, in a group setting, normally I do this progressive muscle relaxation and breathing because we all have that. Visualization is quite hard, right? Because I ask you, imagine I ask you visualize the beach. Not everyone can visualize, huh? Some of us may close our eyes. Even in chair, it depends. Some people they cannot visualize. So it's very difficult in meditation when you ask them to visualize, especially in a group setting. But in a client hypnotherapy that I see, I just determine what they need and tailor it according to what suits them. So it depends, either group setting or one-to-one. Alright? Okay, now we are going to do breathing. Shall we do that together? Yeah. Okay, so I will guide you. I like this particular breathing where I breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So the act of just exhaling through the mouth, it puts a lot of release. It allows you to release a lot of tension. Just like letting out a gentle sigh. You know, we always sigh, right? But this is a good sign. Basically, you are consciously letting go of tension from your body, from your mind. That means we breathe in through the nose, take a deep breath. When you exhale, you take your time. Can you have the lights close for a while? Okay, we're going to practice this together as you just listen to the sound of my voice. Okay, why do we close our eyes? The reason why we close our eyes is that we remove distraction. That's all. So when we remove distraction, we come back to our body. Okay, now I'm going to guide you through a relaxation through breathing. So just breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Okay, breathe in through the nose. Just take deep breath. And out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, and when you exhale through the mouth, just release everything that you have been carrying in your body. Let it out through your exhalation very slowly until you have completely exhaled all the air. Then when you breathe in, take your time to slowly breathe in. And when you exhale through the mouth, take your time to slowly exhale until all the air is expelled. So we do this another 5 more times, completely mindful of the breath. Exhale slowly, letting out a gentle sigh. Inhale. Letting out slowly. Feel all the tensions in your body melting away. 2 more of these breathing. Inhale slowly. And let out a gentle sigh. Just enjoy the process of letting go. And one more time, inhale deeply. And now let go of everything. Let it all go out through your breathing. Nice, beautiful. Now let me gently open your eyes. Now take your time again to notice how you feel. To observe, to be aware of your physical body and the state of mind that you are in now. Take a moment to reflect and enjoy this sensation of letting go, of being in this state of relaxation, mind and body. That's good, that's beautiful. Now slowly we can slowly come back here, coming back to awareness. Now we can switch on the light. Please, thank you so much. So this simple practice It's so powerful. You can listen to any soothing music, or even you can be without any music. If you're comfortable with silence, you can just go to something that you already have, which is your life force, which is your breath. So when we can teach ourselves, teach our body to breathe deeply. And then when we exhale through the mouth, it's actually a process of surrendering. So this actually releases a lot of tension and knots in our body and also in our mind. So I hope you can practice that. Different people have different breathing. Some people like to hold their breath. But I noticed that this exhaling through the mouth is a conscious process of letting go. You're just releasing all the... Often we store a lot of tension in certain parts of our body. Have you noticed that? Which part do you think of the body that there's stored, that we store a lot of tension? The mind, but the physical body, which part you feel that? The shoulder. Yes, right? So often, sometimes the shoulder is so tight. So this process of slowly exhaling kind of like really releases the shoulder down because you are letting go. So when there's tightness in the shoulder, can you imagine it's always in a restricted mode? The energy is not flowing, the blood vessels are constricted. So what happens? When you keep going like that, it has physical repercussion. Another area we store a lot of tension where? Who knows? Shoulder is definitely, that's one. The neck and the stomach. The neck, the back of the neck, have you noticed? There's, yes, the pinch. And that's where, you know, blood pressure, you can feel it there at the back of the neck. That's another area. Stomach. So we always have a knot in our stomach. We tighten it, we constrict it. So when we are aware of the body, when we ability to let go of the tension, what happens? Your body is able to relax and let the blood flow, and the body restores. Remember the fight or flight here and the rest? Are we allowing our body to rest? Are we allowing our body to really fully go into relaxation? When even sleeping, we're thinking about our problem, we are constricting, and we are tense. Sometimes some people like to do this, making a fist. Another area, the jaw. Yeah, the jaw is also another area because we clench and think, some of us. So, by this practice of deep breathing, remember the exhalation through the mouth, you kind of release this. Because when you consciously exhale, you release the tension in your shoulder, in your neck, in your jaw, because you open your mouth, and your stomach, because you're letting go. You let everything expand. So this is a very powerful practice. Is it easy to do, my dear friends?
Yeah.
Yes, it's easy. Compared to visualizing something that is not there yet. It's easy to do because when you exhale, you really feel it, letting go. So this is mindfulness. Alright, when we talk about, no, not this one. This is mindful breathing. So when we talk about mindfulness, you can either be aware of your breathing, or some people like to do mindful walking, which they enjoy every step. And that also takes practice. But you can, because you're already walking, right? But when we're walking, is our mind here? So when you're walking, you're thinking about something, and then you're walking, correct? But what if we can enjoy our step? Because is it real? It's real, you're doing it. It's real, it's something that you're doing it. And you feel your feet touching the ground. And it sounds very simple. But when you do it, for me, it all sounded so easy. Oh, that's quite easy. But when you do it, you realize why is it difficult? Because most often we are not in the present moment. Either we are caught in the past, or we are running into the future, future is a never land, correct? It's a never land. We do not know what's going to happen. And the past is what? Gone land. It's a gone land, and then there's a never land, and we only have here, present moment. Now land. Why don't we enjoy the now land? Enjoy having whatever that we have, enjoy it. Alright? So this breathing pulls you back to the present moment because this is real. Your thoughts will wander like clouds, but you can come back to your anchor. You know the anchor? So this anchor is the one that is going to help you when there's problems. Remember the root of the tree? So when you grow your roots through this practice, and this is what's going to help you during turbulence or stormy times, which will be there. That's life, but we know how to handle it. That's the secret. We can choose to suffer less. We can choose how to suffer. So if you have a choice to suffer more or to suffer less, which one would you pick? Of course, everyone wants to suffer less. But there are people who likes to suffer a lot. There are, because it's caught in their mind and they just reinforce through the suffering.
Depressed really.
Depressed. Because you know why? They do not, this is something they are familiar with. You suddenly ask them to come out of some familiar territory, they do not know what is the opposite of that. Yeah, so that is why all of us are fortunate that we are able to enjoy this moment. Right? Okay, so that is mindfulness. Okay, now I'll introduce to you the work that I dedicate a lot of my time doing, which is hypnotherapy. I introduced to you my mentor just now, Tom Silver, and last year he came to Malaysia to conduct a course called Neurological Hypnosis. So Mr. Adela asked me, what is neurological scientific hypnotherapy? So this is where he used the mind science, that means the neurological, the brain wave, to explain how words can affect our thoughts. And this is recorded in a medical device called EEG, brain waves. Okay, so that's why they call it scientific neurological, because there is scientific proof for that. So what is hypnotherapy? How many of you have heard this word, hypnotherapy? Okay, good. Okay, but this is not a very well known, but it's a tool that I have used and I see transformation in people. So what does a hypnotherapist do? For example, what do I do? I'm just a guide. Okay, imagine now you're walking into a forest. You can easily get lost. That's what happens in the mind, right? So what is the role of a hypnotherapist? The hypnotherapist is a guide. So what I do, I guide my client. They walk into their own forest. I don't have a glimpse of their forest because it's in their mind. So they're in their own mind. I'm just guiding them based on what they want. That's the key here. So I ask them, what do you want? What are their top 3 goals in life? So then I guide them to their goals. Okay, there was a case where the husband and wife came. The wife said, my husband should go for hypnotherapy. Then I look at the husband. I asked him, do you want to come for hypnotherapy? He's so afraid to say no because his wife is next to him. So he said, yeah. But I could sense that he doesn't want. He was forced. So then I told the wife, this will not work because he doesn't consent actually. Within him, there's a resistance and it will not work. No willingness. So it only works when someone wants to do it. Okay, I want to share experience of my daughter. My daughter is at the back. She's like, okay, she never liked to study, but which is okay with me. It's okay with me. She loves sports and she's actually a very hands-on person. So one day she came to me and she said, Amma, can you hypnotize me? I want to study well. And then I asked her, okay, what do you exactly want? She said, I want to enjoy studying because she doesn't like studying. She never liked studying. For her, it's the torture, it's the torment. So every time she'd be crying when we asked, when father asked her, can you bring up the book? When I asked her, okay, can you at least study for the exam? She doesn't like it. So she said, can you do this for me? So then what I do is that before she go to sleep, remember the subconscious mind is actually very powerful during that time. Prime her to what she wants, not what I want. For example, I cannot tell her, oh, you should study. It doesn't work. So she has a desire, I'm just a guide. Then the changes happen. Okay, the changes that happen, do you want to share? Okay, never mind, I'll share. I share on behalf of her, but that's what she told me. Not only what she told me, I saw the change immediately. So she started enjoying study. She's motivated. And the key here is that she's able to study in a short period of time and retain whatever she studied. That means the memory, because we all have the capability. The power of our mind is fascinating. So she just spent half an hour and she's able to retain much more than what she used to, because there was so much resistance last time. And now her mind is open, she's accepting it, and she has rewired her own brain. And then her results start improving. And that is the true story. And I've helped many children as well. Even Standard 1, they said, this boy doesn't want to study, but that's not the point. The point is that what does this child want? And secondary school, with the phone and all that, they get so distracted. So this boy, about to sit SPM, he came for hypnotherapy. He wants to study. He used to be a top student, but after that he started failing. And now, his SPM result, he got 8 A's. He put in the work, but just a rewiring, that's all. So that is hypnotherapy, my dear friends. All that means is that during the session, I'll ask the client to relax, just like we did just now. Physical, muscle relaxation, and guided focus concentration, power of words. So when a hypnotherapist uses the right word to the person, that is the key. Okay, imagine someone wants to lose weight. The person doesn't like hummus. Maybe the person doesn't even know what's hummus. Okay, let's say I tell the person, okay, now imagine you're walking to the kitchen and you're going to get a hummus to eat. What will happen? The person rejects. The moment the person rejects, there's no more connection. So it's not about this, it's about forming that connection so that they let you enter and make the changes for them. And they will do the changes later on. They will automatically choose the right food, choose the right habit, because they already seen what it has done for them. Right? So that is hypnotherapy. So the power of words is so important. So this one, my dear friends, neuroscience. So we use this device called EEG, electroencephalography. This device is used to monitor the brain wave. That's why it's called scientific neurological hypnotherapy. So, for example, Tom used this extensively and documented every of his clients' changes in the brain wave. So, when you see brain wave, dear friends, there are many frequencies, correct? Have you seen it? Have you heard this word? Beta, alpha, theta. I think most of us have heard alpha, right?
Yeah.
Alpha, yeah, this is something, the word they use very frequently. Okay? So when we are at our wake state, like now, all of us are functioning which state of mind? Yes, beta. Beta is when you are doing work, when you are paying attention, when you are studying. This frequency here, you can see what happens. Fluctuating active brainwave, because we are using our cognitive ability, thinking ability. Okay, we need that to think, make decision. So we need that. Okay, then we move to a lower brainwave called alpha. Alpha is when you meditate or when you're in a relaxed state, or you can, like, the word they use, zone out. Some people, they can just zone out, Wow, that's really good. They just zone out, they go into their oasis. Maybe they go to the beach or something like that within them. So that is actually a good practice. So you are lowering the brain wave to alpha, 9 to 14 hertz. Beta is 15 to 30 hertz. Then lowering some more is theta waves. Theta waves is when you're deeply relaxed, when you're in deep meditation. So you can see here it's much lesser fluctuation. We call it brain activity. Okay? And the lowest is delta. 1 to 3 hertz means the fluctuation is 1 to 3 hertz. This is when you are in deep sleep or deep meditation. So when can the programming happen successfully? Which mind level? Which one do you think? delta, theta, and alpha. So beta waves is very hard to program. You know electricity? Yeah. Who has high electricity bill? So our brain is also electricity. All these pulse, you know, all this that is happening here. Imagine here you're always at this state, even sleeping so like this. How? High electricity bill. So programming can happen from alpha down, alpha, theta, delta, where you can program the mind, program the subconscious mind to create changes, to create or what do you call it, to achieve your goal. The goal can be anything: lose weight, achieve success, financial abundance, sleep well, be peaceful, any goal. To get rid of certain habits, improve self-esteem, improve academic result, improve sports performance. It varies to many extent. Okay, now I would like to show you my brainwave. I think we can off the light. So this was done during the training. I think you can't see very clearly, but I can highlight here. During training last year with Tom. Tom came down to KL to conduct this training, and this is the EEG. Can you see it around my head? It's just like a headband, you know, and then there's rods there to monitor the brainwave. Alright. So then this would plug down into a system to see the brainwave. Okay, I think it's too clear here, but roughly here, see, this is the graph. Okay, this is called calm state. Calm. That means it's very low electricity. That means you're just zen, very deep relaxation. So a person who knows how to practice this can even open the eyes and can still achieve this state. But now this one, my eyes are closed. Okay, now I'd like to share with you a video. So Tom, okay, what happened was that I was able to maintain this state with eyes open, because when you meditate, you're able to harness that ability. That even your eyes open, you can zone out and you can maintain in that lower brainwave. There's not much fluctuation. Okay, now Tom asked the participants, there were about 20 of them, to trigger me. Trigger means to ask questions, to use certain words, to see whether there's any changes in the brainwave. Okay, so I would like to show you this video. Okay, let me see, it's too loud.
Yes, Geeta and I are doing a world tour. And so here we're going to be heading to Singapore.
Okay, can you see the color there?
I didn't think she was going to be answering and speaking.
Did you see a spike there? Yeah. So that is an emotional trigger. So he said something that emotionally triggered me. Even though I'm not moving, but there was some emotional response which is registered in the brainwave. So then it showed to that this end part is emotional feelings. So I'll be conducting future training on this EEG. I'll be conducting future training on hypnotherapy here, because I'm a licensed trainer for Tom as well, right? To conduct hypnotherapy or scientific neuroscience hypnotherapy. So this is fascinating because now you get to see your brainwave. Now, I wasn't comfortable here because I was asked to come out in front here. I was not comfortable sitting in front and everyone's looking at my brainwave. And I was prodded and tested to see what happens when I say this. And only Tom managed to elicit some emotion with me. The others tried all their ways, like think of a food, think of your daughter, didn't elicit any response. Okay, but there are other participants, you can see their brainwave is very different. So it registers that some of them are really fluctuating, a lot of things coming up. So a lot of electricity going on. So when there's a lot of electricity going on, that's what happens when we are stressed. So to achieve the blue state there is cannot happen when you're stressed. So when you are stressed, it registers in the brainwave, which the EEG picks up. So if you're looking at a person with Zen, their electricity bill in their brain is very low. So it's very calm. they don't waste unnecessary energy thinking of unnecessary things that consumes their energy. So this is a practice. Okay, so we can have the lights on. Thank you. Okay, so another thing that he taught is about the ERT, emotion replacement therapy. This is a quick therapy to delete and install. So our brain is actually an operating system. So you know as a computer is, but what is the world's most powerful computer? Window.
Brain.
Are you sure that's the most powerful?
Brain.
Yes, the brain. Yeah. So in these sessions, as an operating system, okay, now when you have your phone or your computer or your laptop, when you see certain updates coming up, do you update your system?
Yes. Yeah.
So naturally you update it, correct? What about our mind? Do we update our mind? No. Sadly, no. So this ERT actually deletes a program that you don't want. Very simple. Delete a program that you don't want and install something you want. So this is the key, my dear friends. Sometimes we delete a habit, but we don't have a replacement. It's easy for us to go back to that old habit again. So there must be a replacement. Let's say you deleted something from your system. Let's say you deleted junk food. You should have a replacement. Replacement could be exercise, something you enjoy doing, which is good for you. So remember, install, delete. So first we delete. So during this session in my clients, it's a very quick session. Alright, so we do this to delete any habits. So you ask the client, what is it that they do not want? So they delete from the operating system and install the positive. So if you, for example, if you want to delete stress, since our topic is stress, right? Okay, who can tell me what's the opposite of stress?
De-stress.
Relaxation. De-stress, a very interesting word. Okay, if I say the word de-stress, what is your emphasis on?
Relax.
De-stress. Calm. Okay, good. Okay, if I ask you, don't think of an elephant. Are you thinking of elephant?
Yes.
Oh, you thought of a mouse, okay. Interesting. So Tom always says that when you ask someone, okay, can I have this? And they say, oh, no problem. Why we say the word problem? Even though it's no problem. Right? Then we say, thank you, no problem.
No worries.
No worries.
Always
No issue.
No issues. Yeah, so why issues, worries, problems? Isn't that interesting? The power of words. And most of them may say, don't think of elephant. A lot of people think of elephant.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Sounds better, right? My pleasure. Sounds much better. So Tom always emphasizes the power of words. He always asks, when I ask someone, how are you today?
Great.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Not too many. So that's what Tom said. He said that, why do people say, not bad?
I'm good.
You see, yeah, why don't we use the positive words? Sometimes we are unconsciously doing it. Yes, so now I'm very careful with my words. Because every time I talk to Tom, sometimes I use the word I have to, and he asks me, why did you say you have to? Do you want to? So he is master of words. And then he takes from the words people use, and then he's able to identify. That's how experienced he is. So now I'm very careful talking and be more mindful actually. Be more mindful of the words. Okay, let's do this. Okay, because later when I do the guided relaxation, I'll pick one area that we can install. That means based on this, okay, you can scan this and let me know what are your top 3 goals in life. Again, this is anonymous. Okay, so this is participation from all of you, so that you remain awake. And again, this is checking. Let's check in with ourselves. These are the questions I ask my client before they come for the first session. I ask them to determine their top 3 goals, because I cannot tell them what to do. They must be clear what they want. So there are many of these here: financial stability, some people want health and wellness, some people want career success, education, relationship, travel. Oh, nobody wants to travel. Giving back, inner peace and happiness.
Only 3.
Yeah, top 3. So normally I tell them, I tell my clients top 3, because you know, if not, there's so many goals that you come up with and they get confused. Understand? I didn't sign. Okay, so anybody travel? I love to travel. You like to travel?
Couldn't put 4.
Oh, you wanted so we keep it at 3, you know, because the clients also, because they have so many things they want. Then is yeah.
Giving back is only 5%.
So let's look at the top: health and wellness.
I think that should be number 1.
Health and wellness, inner peace and happiness. It looks like the top is health and wellness, inner peace, and followed by family and relationships, and also financial stability. Yeah, family and relationships here. So it looks like these 3 are the top 3 goals for most of us, because this is a group setting. So I just want to have an idea. Then later, towards the end, when we have the guided relaxation, so I'll put in these words. So let's talk about wellness. Does that sound good?
Yes.
So I think that's more broadly encompassing, right? Yeah. So wellness can be anything: financial wellness, physical wellness, mental wellness is a broad term. So later, towards the guided meditation, guided relaxation, I will put in the word wellness. Whatever that means to you, it's okay. So each one of us have our own definition. Okay. So like you saw just now in the brain wave, so we look at the brain wave again and the reaction of that person. Huh?
Yes, Geeta and I are doing a world tour. And so we're heading into Singapore. But wasn't it interesting? Because I didn't think she was going to be answering and speaking, but she did, and she kept everything in a neutral way. That's mind control. That's mind control. Okay.
Okay, so this device is now used. Tom uses this for some of the client who consents, and he can see whether they are going in hypnosis or not. So for example, if they're relaxed, it all should be very stable, the brain activity. So this is a test to indicate that they're in hypnosis. When you're in hypnosis, you're highly suggestible. So that's why when you're in the trained hypnotherapist, they will use the right word for you to achieve your goal. And that's why it's called a therapy. To help them to come out whatever situation they are in and to move to a goal that they want. So remember, when you go towards a goal, you cannot be carrying a burden. So in hypnotherapy, is basically letting it out, letting it go. And then you will not see it the same way you did. Alright? Okay, so now let's proceed. So from here, okay, wellness. So we go to the wellness one. Okay, dear friends. Everyone okay?
Yes.
Okay, sure?
Yes.
Everybody is okay, slowly
We had a good
getting
tea
into the
break.
comfort
We
zone.
had a good tea break.
Good tea break, and slowly I can see the effect of the food kicking in and
Not
slowly
really.
drifting in. Not really?
No.
Shall we power up?
Yeah.
Okay, shall we power up? Okay,
Yeah.
now let's stand up. I think we should power up.
I think we should sit
Because we're too comfortable. Sit the way is okay, fine. Okay, ready? Yeah? One, let's do the power up. 1, 2, 3. Power! 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 Fantastic. Okay, good.
One more time.
One more. She's sitting there, she's one more time. Power! 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 So, okay, what does it do to your system? Wakes you up. Okay. So, this is what okay. So, I'm going to talk about amplitude. Anybody heard of the word amplitude?
Yes.
Amplitude, like a power. So there's high amplitude, low amplitude. Just now I can see a lot of you are drifting to the low amplitude where you're almost going to drift to the sleep. That's called the alpha and the lower state brainwave. Okay, why do we power up? Just now when you power up, just an act of doing that wakes up your nervous system. Do we need to do that from time to time? Yes, when you're doing work, you cannot go to the alpha, delta state. You will not function. So, when we talk about high amplitude versus low amplitude. Amplitude. Certain times we need to get to high. Certain times we need that. When we are doing our work, we need to be alert. Okay, so that's why in the morning I like to take cold shower. Cold shower wakes me up, for me lah. Maybe some of you like to do your own wake up in a certain way, but cold shower is a fantastic way to wake up your nervous system and get ready for the day. That's called high amplitude, because you're going to get ready for the day. Okay, after that evening, what should you do? That's why they say exercise is better in the don't do it at night, because you're going to go to sleep. You should wind down. You should, relax. So at night you take a warm bath. Does that sound good? So morning cold shower, wake up, high amplitude. Evening slowly wind down, warm shower. So this is related to our functioning. Certain times we need to alert. Correct, no, Madam Santara?
Yeah, the nervous system.
Nervous system, yes, correct. So we need to wake it up. Sometimes we need to cool it down. Like when you want to sleep, you need to calm your nervous system. Meditate, you breathe, you relax. When you wake up, you do that same thing, but then you wake up, basically you wake up your whole system. Okay, get ready for the day. Okay. Okay, so we have looked at how many tools already by now? You all remember? So all together I want to share with you 6. So physical wellness,
Time management.
4, we call 4. Good.
Time management.
Time management, number 2.
Mindfulness and
Relaxation, number 3. Hypnotherapy, number 4. Now we come to social support system.
Yeah, support system.
So we need, correct, we need support system. As a social being, we cannot isolate ourselves. Even though we are on social media, we need this physical support. So if you notice, in the US and some countries in the Europe And the more hyper-connected they become in the social media, the more depressed they become. Isolated, yes. Why is it that even you're connected on social media, you feel isolated? Is it real connection? No. Yes, face-to-face interaction. It's not really a real connection. You're people that you've never met. Like my dear friend Flora said, she has two wonderful sisters living near her. That's a strong support system. Don't you agree? When you have your family members close to you. I was also fortunate, my mom lived close to me. She helped me raising my children. So very blessed. Good friends, of course.
They cook for us.
They cook for us. Yes. That's the best part. Yeah, that's the best part. And also good friends like all of you here. What an amazing thing to see that. The bond that they share. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't go and come because we lost the way.
So this support system, yes. Yourself, what is your support system? Who is your support system? A friend. Yeah, so when we have this support system, we don't feel alone. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So you are supported, that's why it's good to reach out. Let's say I don't have any friend. Then I can join any association. Like for example, for me, the Baha'i community have given me such a strong support in my children, education, and in supporting me, and I feel really supported. Spiritual. The benefit of a community cannot be dismissed, especially in this age of hyper-connection.
Yes.
Many young people are feeling so isolated. They are so hyper-connected on the phone. And they cannot have conversation. Becoming very impersonal. Yes. So you see, it's very prevalent now. And that's why they are actually going through a lot. The young people are really going through. Like just now I spoke to Helen, she said that different people are going through different challenges through the different phases of their life. So for example, we have the young people here. Brianna, Vanessa, Swati, Carol, your name, I didn't get your name? Yeah. Ashley. So they have a different set of challenges. Then we have the middle age. Yeah, middle age, like me. Then you have the
Golden age, golden age.
Golden age. You know, I don't ask people how old are you?
How young are you?
How young are you? But in other words, I ask, how long have you lived? How long have you enjoyed this life? Or how young are you? Correct. How young are you is a better word. So how old are you? It's like you have the old themselves. I think best she said not to ask.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just ask which year did you finish your school?
Which year you finish your school? So like one of my friends, she shared the golden age, they have different worries. Like insecure, okay, illness, mortality,
and group support.
The young people have different challenges. The middle age, different challenges. So this topic is actually broad, a wide encompassing topic for everyone, because everyone is going through something, right? So the support system, we all know what it is. Some of you have wonderful, beautiful friends around you. Some of you have your family living close to you. Some of us have a benefit of a community. For example, I have the benefit of this Baha'i community, which I have greatly benefited from, including my family. So each one of us have our own support system.
Yeah.
So professional and personal effort, joining clubs, seeking help. Okay, so someone asked me just now, if I have a problem, can I talk to my friend? And these young people also asked me. Recently I gave a talk to about 300 YTM scholars. They asked me, if they have a problem, one of them asked me, should they speak to a friend? And I
Yes.
safety pants, what my friend is saying.
Yeah.
The doctor who saw me that day, the sleeping pill, the doctor, she was with friends who were going through breakups, and she just divorced. So it's
Very hard.
yeah, it's not an ideal combination. So what happened up? She ended up, the friend is pulling her into her misery, and then she just end up becoming worse, dragging her down. So if you want to surround yourself, you surround yourself with positive people. You choose, because you cannot afford to be dragged down, because you're already in that issue. We cannot allow ourselves to be dragged down further.
I do get dragged down, but I pull up.
Okay, you're a very strong person.
Mm.
Wow, let's give an applause for her. This is your pillar. This is your pillar.
Yeah. So my nature of job, I do voluntary work. I really puts me down. But when I come up, I don't take it home. I'm just happy. Otherwise, I can't do work.
She does voluntary work, and she said that she can come out of it easily. She has a coping mechanism.
This is a support.
So her husband is a coping mechanism. You need that. So you're very fortunate.
Very, very fortunate.
Okay, good. So the support system can come in many forms. It doesn't have to be a blood. It can also be someone that you just befriended. But remember, the friend should pick you up, not pull you down with their own problems. Right? So that's important. If there's no friends that can understand what you're going through, that's why they go to a therapist. Therapists not necessarily mean a bad thing. Those days they think mental or what.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Sometimes people just want someone to listen to them. That's it. That's all they need. Someone who can do deep listening and can be non-judgmental, a neutral party.
And also keep it to yourself.
And keep private and confidential.
That's the most important.
Yes. So when it stays there, they trust. So what happened? They will vomit everything out and they feel so much better.
And they will be worried whether it will go out.
It wouldn't go out for a therapist, a professional therapist.
No, their own.
They are
conscience.
worried.
Yeah.
So maybe some of them are worried that
Somebody will know about it.
Yes.
But they can always reach out befrienders.
Befrienders, yes. So all these are going to help, because now you see the suicide, what's happening, because
Oh,
why they are feeling that? Because they feel that there's no one to hear them. So all they need is a listening ear, a non-judgmental person who's able to just be there and do deep listening. Deep listening is healing for the person who's voicing it out. So most often I notice when they take everything out, they're already feeling so much better. It's not that they go for a therapist because they are having mental problem.
Those olden days.
The olden days there's a lot of stigma. Okay, so now there's a lot of awareness that it's okay to seek professional support. All right, now look at this plant growing amidst the crack on the pavement. That's resilience. Many of us have portrayed resilience in our own way in our daily life.
Can I make a joke?
Yes.
I have many of this in my place and other places. Poor workmanship. Poor workmanship. Cements.
Okay, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, poor workmanship causes that. Can you imagine for the plant to make it, to make it its way through that challenging situation? Same like the lotus flower, right? Through the mud it grows. The tree, which has a deep root, is able to sustain. So how do we cultivate resilience? So we need to have a tool. Whatever tool that works for any one of us. So what does resilient mean? Strong?
Yes, tough.
Tough? Anyone has any other word? Resilience, what does it mean to you?
Coping.
Coping?
So bouncing back.
Bouncing back? Perseverance? Yes.
And forgiving, you know.
Forgiving?
Yes. A lot of people don't forgive and when they forgive, they bounce back.
Need a big heart to forgive. Yeah, that is the most important and most difficult step. The moment you forgive, you already put down a big load of
Yes.
and you are liberated.
Because
You
it's
don't
easy
carry.
to forget, but it's difficult to forgive.
Yes, that's why it's easier said.
Than
Easy to
done.
forget, difficult to forgive.
I find it very easy to forgive and say sorry even. The best thing is you must know whether you are right. If you know you're right, doesn't matter, just forgive and say sorry, but you must know if you're right. So don't hang on to things and say, she's right, you are right. No. As long as I know I am right, that's it. I solved my problem, sorry, forgive. You ask me to do it, it's so easy. I teach a lot of people that.
Very true. Very true. It's easier to move on when you forgive a person.
Yes.
But if they say sorry moves a mountain.
Yes, sorry moves a mountain. So it's a lot of enlightenment.
Yes.
For you to be there, you have achieved that kind of wisdom and the ability to let go.
That's
Because
the
you
best
become
thing
very
in life.
peaceful actually.
Yes, completely agree. So sometimes we hold resentment and it's actually causing us a lot of harm. Within our own system, we are not harming the other person, but we are harming ourselves. Yes. So the art, the act of forgiveness, definitely. Okay, now we come to which number? You're lost track. Okay, which number? Yes, we come to the number 6, right? Yes. Okay, so we come to the last step. Before I come to the last step, I want you to have a look at this picture. So anyone can give me any word that represents what you see from this picture? Yes?
Calm.
Sentence. Okay, let Brianna say what is the sentence? Wow, deep what? She said, all of us understand Malay, ya? She said, air yang tenang, jangan disangka tiada buaya. Oh, I never thought like that. Interesting.
Don't underestimate the depth of the water.
She said that
Still water.
Still water runs deep. Or in direct translation, this might be a crocodile underneath. Anybody thought like that? Interesting. Good. Thank you for sharing.
Why no one was on the boat?
Good observation. She observed. Is there no one in the boat? Yeah, I didn't notice that. There's no one in the boat. Okay.
Or maybe it's like
Anyone else? What did you notice from this picture?
Loneliness.
Lonely.
oh my calm.
Calm, yes.
Calm, yeah? It's so, I look at it, yeah? Calm, but interesting. Okay, now, sunset. Guilty? Beauty? Yes. Do you see beauty in this?
Yes.
Okay, the next picture.
Wow.
Turbulence.
Turbulence, stormy. Wow.
Challenge.
Challenge.
Survival.
Tsunami.
The boat is quite still compared to what is going on around
Good
it.
observation. She noticed that the boat is quite still despite whatever is happening around it. So we can use this analogy to ourselves, for ourselves. So the first image, when everything is going well, nice, smooth sailing. So far everything is happening to what you want.
Enjoy your own company.
Enjoy your own company. Nobody is there to trigger you. So everything looks good. Now, this is fine. And we allow ourselves to enjoy it. Don't think, when is the storm going to come?
Shouldn't think of that.
Shouldn't think of that. Some of them say, hey, it's becoming too still. Something is cooking up.
Something fishy.
Something is suspicious. Something is going to come up. Then you're not enjoying that moment. You're
That is
missing out.
prediction. Sometimes you can sense that something is going to go wrong. That's true.
That's true, but do you go to that future or you be here?
No, it's not the future. You know, some days, you know, some
Sense.
yeah, it's just that,
Sensing.
not that it's always in your mind.
A kind of sensing that
yeah,
something
yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
So when you sense that, what do you do?
Just yeah.
Cautious.
You kind of want and then you get some kind of news.
Okay. So most of us, sorry,
She's getting ready.
is getting ready to face the storm. To put on your metal suit.
I did that 2 days ago. I had a patient. He already confided with me, said bye. So I was waiting for the thing, and then the next day I get a call. So that's kind of a conversation.
Okay, so there's two ways of coping. So when we are enjoying the present moment, we allow ourselves to enjoy it. Because we know when the storm hits in that boat within us, we have the toolkits. Do you wait until the storm hits, then you take out the toolkit, try to breathe mindfully?
No.
Doesn't work.
No.
You've already developed those strong traits within you.
Just like the tree. Just now you showed the
Yeah,
picture.
just like the tree. Like you put on your battle suit, right? So you already have it, you already know what to do. So when the storm hits, you're not badly affected at all. You are there in the storm, or what you do about it and how you get affected by it or not is up to you.
Yeah, getting affected is the one issue actually. Being the witness is the best part. Just be there and witness it, not getting affected.
Absolutely right. That is a very higher practice. When you're able to step out and look at the bigger picture. Remember the circle just now I showed you all?
Yes.
So when you can step out and say that a lot of things I worry about, the chance of it happening, sometimes it's non-existent, sometimes it's a minute, very small possibility of it happening. So why do I spend my effort and energy wasting on things that might not even happen? So when we can train ourselves, we come out of it. Instead of being victim, we become the creator. That's a nice word. We are the creator of our reality. Remember? Power, power, power. We can create our reality. Instead of being sucked into whatever that happens around us. So be the boat in both situations. Enjoy the stillness, enjoy the beautiful moments, the nice moments. Fully enjoy it. Because you know it won't last. That is the nature of life.
Temporary.
Impermanence. Whoever told us everything is permanent? Nobody told us. So when we understand everything is impermanent, why don't we just enjoy it as it is? And when the time comes, we can let go. Because we know it's impermanent.
Easily said than done.
Yes, easily said and done. But I know we are all moving towards that, correct? We're all moving towards that. A step of acceptance and to understand the law of impermanence. The nature of things are impermanent. Everything is dying. Our cells in the body, what's happening? Every moment, cells are dying and then regenerating. So that is the fact. So enjoy the beauty, and when the storm hits, you know how to suffer less because you know you're equipped to deal with the storm. So this boat won't turn upside down and the person won't drown. Sometimes a lot of people are drowning in their own misery, sorrows. And they feel so alone. They feel nobody understands them, and that's why some of them take their lives.
Just like the recent case with one word which the girl
Cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying.
Yes, it is a TikTok influencer took her life because someone smeared her name in a public on social media. For her, the social media meant the world.
Yeah, that's right. That's why she didn't know how to separate the balance.
Yes. And cyberbullying is very prevalent, and that's why a lot of young people, they are easily
But it's sad,
impressionable.
no? The
Yes.
worth of your life, she didn't know to appreciate her own life and someone smearing it.
So important lesson for us to look and see how we can help the young people. Each one of us can do our part. And so that this thing doesn't happen again. Especially the young people. Alright, so it's our role to be aware, and if we can help the person out of it. So when you can deal with this, remember it all starts with who? With me, with you. It starts with you. Then only you can help others. So be the change you wish to see in others. So it's always important to practice, then you help. So the storm, okay, so we know how to handle that. So what tools have we covered? Let me summarize now. The 6 tools I've shared is actually related to, basically one of it is our breath. So breath, you check in, it's quite easy. When you regular practice, notice your breathing. Can we all notice our breathing? Is the breathing rapid, shallow, or is it slow and deep? So you check in with yourself. So doesn't mean rapid and calm means rapid and fast means bad. Don't label it. I experience rapid breathing as well. I've found myself in a situation where, I find it like, okay, I'm in rapid breathing. So stressful situation. But the most important thing is to be aware of it so that you don't prolong it. So check in means be aware. Breathing is the easiest to come to because we are breathing all the time. Second, body scanning. Remember the areas of tension just now? The back of the neck, check in. Check in is my neck. I notice sometimes my neck, the back of the neck is stressed. I notice that. I notice my shoulders are tight. I notice my chest is tight. Sometimes some people have problem with the chest tightness, stomach tightness.
You don't know whether nobody pays attention. The eyes also becomes heavy.
Twitch.
Eyes become heavy. Eyes become heavy. Headache, palpitation. So this is a body checking. So actually can be done, right? Body scanning, I call it body scanning. It's your own body, right? So you can actually go to your body. Go back to your body. That's what my teacher said. Go back to your breath. Go back to your body. That's a very powerful practice. Third, emotional regulation. What's regulation? Regulate. It's like, circulation? Blood is circulating, the breath is circulating. Emotion, when we suppress it, what happens? Gets worse. There's a word, they call it. Do you know the word volcano?
Yeah.
Eruption. So imagine the person who suppress inside because I cannot talk about it. It's not good. Like a Coca-Cola bottle, you shake it, put it under stressful situation, open it, meletup, melt down. Some people have complete paralysis, different ways of. Some people yell and shout. Some people just become quiet and just shut down. So the emotion should also regulate, should also circulate. That means by the end of the day you should release whatever that you're feeling. Maybe you write down. Let's say you don't have anyone to talk to. Journaling can be quite good. If you have someone to talk to, you talk to them. Or you talk to yourself also can. At least you let it out. Is it okay to cry? Yes. No, last time they say don't cry lah. Especially boys, no. I pity them. Hey, boys don't cry.
That's wrong advice.
Yeah, I have a son, he's 8-year-old. I say it's okay to cry. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, only babies cry. I say only babies cry. Boys don't cry. Be a man, be a man. I hear it all the time around me. Too old to cry. Why you're crying is so old. Yeah. And I find the practice of crying is liberating. For example, now if I feel sad, I can go to my room, find my own space, and I cry.
You look at the mirror and cry?
Look in the mirror, no. You look at the mirror and cry?
I know a lot of people look at the mirror and cry.
Oh, okay.
I look at the mirror and laugh, not cry.
Okay, I understand the joke now. So okay. So you can allow yourself to cry. The tears that you shed is like a release. And then you come out of it. So the key is not to stay in your misery for a long time. You can cry, but you come out of it, you bounce back. That's resilience. Right? And the last one, mindset shift. This is what in hypnotherapy, all these are done. Breath, body, emotion, and mind. Mindset means your thoughts. Mindset means thoughts. What are you thinking? You say, let's for example say, I am not good. I'm never good enough. Anybody watch this animation Inside Out 2?
Yes, yes, I did.
Wow. All of us must watch that. It's such an amazing movie that is so apt in today's age.
Yeah, with the anxiety.
Wow. There's characters like anxiety, happy, joy, sad. Remember what joy will tell to sadness? Joy will tell sadness, wherever I go, you come with me. So happiness and joy, joy and sadness. That movie, The Inside Out 2, I was like, wow. It captures, it encapsulates emotion in such a clear way. So watch it when you have a chance. It can be watched for any age group.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd enjoy it, but I watched the first one. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Inside Out 2. In today's age, I think this movie was very timely. Don't you agree with me?
Yes, I agree.
Timely.
Yes. With the new characters.
With the new characters. Inside Out. You can watch the first one. You haven't watched that? First one is taken when she was a child.
Yeah.
The second one is when she was a teenager.
Teenager.
Wow. I think they might have the third one, maybe adulthood.
They should.
Inside Out 1 and 2. So it talks about emotion and it labels the emotion. You know what's the easiest way to understand your emotion? Labeling.
Labeling.
So okay, I see. Okay, this is sadness. Okay, I see. But my teacher, Tikanatahan, remember the Zen master I mentioned just now? He has a way of saying that, talking to that feeling.
Yeah.
Hello sadness. I know it sounds funny, but it works. Hello sadness. I see you. And just embrace it. And that thing doesn't become strong. So in our store consciousness, okay, there's many seeds, right?
Yeah.
The good and the not good seeds. Okay, so when we water the good seeds, it will sprout, correct? It will come up. For example, this is joy. So do we have anger, seed of anger within us?
Yes.
We all have. So we have seed of anger. So seed of anger, sometimes certain people trigger you, it will come up. So let's say you push it down. Suppress it. Then it becomes stronger and then explode.
That's where
Eruption. So what if it comes up, you say, hello anger, call it by its name, call it by its true name. Hello anger, I see you. Embrace you. So then just embrace. It become weaker. You will still be there, but you become weaker. This is the art of practicing. So whenever you're feeling something, you take time out, label the emotion, anger, or what other emotion? Jealousy, sadness, what else?
Ego issues.
Ego, anxiety,
And hatred.
hatred, disgust. Yes, there's one of the characters in the movie, disgust. Another one's ennui, right? The one is like nonchalance, like don't care whatever happens, stoic. So when we label it, it loses its power. When we hold it, like you hold a child, right? The child calms down. Have you seen a mother, when the baby cries, the mother picks the baby up, the baby calms down. What if the mother ignores the baby? It continues crying. So emotions are like that. When we hold it, it's a simple practice, but it's a very powerful practice. So the mindset shift is the thoughts that we choose. For example, in that movie Inside Out 2, this girl, what's her name again? I forgot. Riley came to a point she started saying that I'm not good enough. So that became her belief system because of the words, I'm not good enough.
Affirmation.
Affirmation. So this is mindset. So dear friends, look at the boat again. The boat came back again.
Came nearer, closer.
Came closer. Now, do you feel now to take this boat?
Great price.
What do you think? So why do we want to swim so hard? Why don't we climb onto the boat and row it? This is some tool that we use. Remember the tool? Breathing, body, emotion, mindset. Use the tool you already have. What are the tools you already have? Sorry? The 6 tools that you already have. So I summarized wellness. So thoughts, correct? Thoughts, breathing, body, emotion. You already have all that, right? Body, breathing, thoughts, emotion. So this is our tool. And with that 6 specific tools like time management as well. So this is what I summarized here. Mind, emotion, physical, behavior, habits, personality. It all starts with what? Can anybody tell me? Starts with
Stress.
stress. Okay, which level of it starts where? The mind, correct. Starts with our mind, starts with thoughts. Second, once you have thoughts, you have emotion, correct?
Yes.
Thoughts trigger emotion. Once you have emotion, you have physical reaction. Like you're angry, your face will start showing physically. Expression. Okay. Then the fourth, behavior. Maybe you start scolding someone. Start behaving that way. Acting out. Habits, then it becomes your way of operating.
Yeah.
And the last will be your reality. Yes. So this is how thoughts can translate to your reality. Right? Something for us to think about. So this is William James' quote. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So we are the creator, remember? We can choose our thoughts. No one else can do that for us. The society, the people around us can influence us, but we have the choice. Okay, now let's I reviewed. Okay, this one is to understand how you distress. Okay, take some time now here. Okay, now your turn to participate and check in. Check in with yourself. How do you distress? Pick your top 3 choices. So this is to look at your habits. So I wrote here exercise, spending time with friends. Some people like to do art, music, reading, napping. It pretty much covers a wide range of categories of things people do.
Some people spending laundry.
Yeah, shopping. Shopping. Yeah, that's not in the list.
Yeah, not in the list.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, thank you, Nicole.
Forgot drinking.
Drinking, smoking.
Or the good habits.
I believe all of us have good habits here. Now. 3. You can pick top 3 choices.
Only 2.
Only 2 ah? Okay. Maybe there's some settings that
Just put up the hand, very easy because not private one. This is just a, I mean, it's not a confidential thing.
This is not a confidential.
So just
yeah.
put number
Okay,
1,
so I
put your
think
hands up.
most of us exercise.
Yes.
Exercise, watching TV, comedy. Okay, so someone asked me, is it bad that when I'm sad I go and watch TV? It's a young the scholar. She asked, is it bad when I'm stressed I go and watch TV? That's fine, right? Okay, remember just now the regulation. So what this person is doing is suppressing. Okay, the emotion is still there. So if you watch movie just like a leisure, that's fine. But if you watch it to run away from something, then it's time to reconsider. So because you cannot run away, it'll always be there, and it'll only get stronger when you push it down. Okay, so most of us I see exercise sports. Very fit people here. That's awesome. I like to take nap as well. For me, I love to take my nap. Some people like to go for a walk. It depends. If that makes you feel good, then you should do it. But then someone say that drinking alcohol makes me feel good. But you know, after that you feel terrible. Right? So it must be something that is good for your system. Right? That is habit. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah? So looks like the exercise is the top. Thank you so much. Now we will proceed. Alright, so this is practical tips how to make sure it's a daily practice. So the 6 tools have already been shared, the 6 tools. So how do we ensure that it's being used? So of course practice is key. Starting small. If let's say someone whose goal is to run a marathon, then that person has never run before. So then the person goes to the gym and attempts to work out 1 hour running on the treadmill. Is that a good idea?
Correct.
So the next day will be sore because this person has never run before, has wished to run a marathon and started in a big goal and crashed. So I always believe in starting small. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you start somewhere, it's good enough. Gratitude is very paramount. You shift your vibration, you shift your energy the moment you can be grateful. And you see, you'll start having more good things in your life. So this is a powerful practice that I have experienced it myself. Gratitude is key. Consistency, make sure you do it every time. That's also very important when you put a habit. We call it as neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity. Where you keep on doing the same thing, you build that, what do you call it? Programming in your mind. Okay, it becomes your second nature. Okay, you don't have to think about it anymore. So that's consistency. Reflect and adjust. Whatever is working, you do it. Whatever is not, drop it. You don't have to follow others. You don't have to follow the social media. You don't have to follow that magazine. Do what is right for you. So there's no comparison. That's the key actually. The more you can check in with yourself, the more true you are to yourself, then the better it is. Okay? So this one, I won't go through it. These are some of the real life examples of people who have gone through hard times, stressful moments, and came out of it. Success stories that people that we know. Elon Musk, Rowling, J.K. Rowling, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Ariana Huffington. You might not like all of them, but this is just a story of someone who has made it through thick and thin. Anybody here, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Four.
All. So we are no different than them. They are also human beings. We are also human beings. But they just did things differently than the majority of the population. Famous people. Okay. Now, these are some of the additional resources if you wish to look for it. There's a book. I don't know if you heard about Eckhart Tolle. This author who teaches the power of the present moment. Is very he actually was suicidal. Eckhart Tolle was almost going to end his life when he came to this moment of realization that the present moment holds so much of miracle and beauty. He was able to be completely present, and now he goes around and teach people the power of the present moment. And there's some apps for the meditation, calmness, website.
One second. Yeah. Okay, next. Thank you.
Okay. Now with that, my dear friends, we already covered number 1, what is stress and its impact. Number 2, I shared with you the 6 tools to cope during stressful times. The third one, we're going to understand ourselves to personalize the strategy according to who we are. Okay, so remember I said you don't have to follow others because each one of us are different. Each one of us are unique. We have our own personality trait. What's the difference between mindset and personality? Is there a difference? Mindset,
Influences
personality. So Salva said mindset influences personality. But what is mindset? Thoughts, right? What is personality? Character. Yes, the character. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you behave. Some people are introverted, some people are extroverted. Is it bad or good? Either one? No. It is as it is. Some people are more sensing, some people are more perceiving, some people are judgmental. Anyone heard about MBTI? MBTI. Personality test, MBTI. Okay, this is something that I remembered, suddenly I remembered. My husband studied that before he met me. So he was an expert people reader, so-called. Okay, so he said, okay, MBTI, he has all this in his mind because he's a thinker. So then he said, okay, so that's when I got introduced by this. So then I realized, wow, there's a lot of truth in that. So I read my profile, wow, there's a lot of truth in that. So then I start teaching people because one thing is that to understand yourself is the key to freedom. You agree?
Yes.
Yes. To understand one thing, but to accept yourself with all your flaws. It's with all my flaws. So it's something that's very liberating. And the goal is to be, what is our goal in life, dear friends?
Well, we are here for a reason.
We are here for a reason. All of us want to be happy. All of us want to be peaceful. We want to enjoy quality life, correct? So, what is the point here is that when we understand our character, we know that why we behave in a certain way, we can accept it. Sometimes we accept others easily more than we accept ourselves. We are more critical to our own self. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is something that we're going to cover. The third part today, last part, is personal, knowing yourself, personal strategies that you can develop. Okay, with that, I'm going to share with you the profiling of the personality according to MBTI. You can take the test on the internet. I decided not to do it today because it's so many questions, 52 questions. So I said, okay, I don't think it's suitable to do it here. You all will fall asleep. So many, 52 questions. But you can do it on your own to understand your personality profiling. You can just search for MBTI personality test. It's available on the internet. So it's 4 categories, INF. There's few categories, so I'll cover now. It's quite detailed. So I'm just going to cover a few types. Personality type, okay? So we have E versus I. E means extrovert. Some people are extrovert. Extrovert means what? They like to be around people. They like to recharge. They're sociable. Correct. Okay, so introversion is they find solitary hobbies to recharge. The way they recharge is being with themselves. Extroverted is they recharge by being with others. Okay? Both are perfect in their own way. Extrovert versus introvert. But you know how the society has made people believe that extroverts are better. Not that's something that's why the personality profiling is for us to understand. Both are okay. The other one, senses, intuitives, SN. Some people sense things. Sense means they do this to practical solution. Intuition means they are more creative, imagination. Okay, imagination is intuitive. thinkers versus feelers. For example, my husband is a thinker, I'm a feeler. So that's what we complement. So thinkers, people, they use their logical mind. Feelers, of course, is feelings.
Can you be both?
You can be in the border, yes. Some people embody both in the between. Some people are 100% extroverted, 100% introverted. Some people are in between, both extroverted when they need to be, and then introverted. Any question? Judges versus perceivers. Judges are people who goes by schedule, set goals. They want to have a control. Perceivers, they perceive. Perceive means they're more in a creative, flexible environment. So there's a combination of this characteristic. So example, I just took these two examples. This is the opposite end of the quadrant. INFJ versus ESTP. INFJ means introverted, intuitive, feeling, judging. ESTP is extroverted, sensing, thinking, perceiving. So they do things differently in terms of stress management. That's why we try to understand this. INFJ people, they like to spend time alone to recharge. That's how they deal with stress. They engage in writing, they like to connect, make meaningful conversation. The opposite end of ESTP, they like to be in social setting to release the stress. They like to use logical pragmatic. So you see different way of handling stress. So this is knowing thyself. Isn't that what it's about? Knowing thyself. That's why we call it personalized. So you can understand why you deal with stress like this. Okay, so you can do the MBTI and understand which category. Not necessarily 100% accurate, but pretty much if you answer it. And remember, one point, the person, when they change, they grow, they can change. It changes. It's not like you're born like that, you're going to be like that. It changes. There's an evolution or transformation. Or changes because you have changed your belief system. Okay, with that, we're going to do this now. Shall we? Okay, I'm going to hand this to you. And this is for you to keep. Alright, this is for you to answer the question. The reason why we are doing this is that so that all that we discussed today. Okay, number one, you want to assess your stress level. Number two, what are the things that are causing you stress? What are triggering you? Number three, symptoms in your body, symptoms in your mind. What are the symptoms that are coming up in your system? Coping, what do you do to cope? And develop a plan. Plan means this is what you're going to do. It's like an accountability thing, to yourself. Okay, so I'll pass the form. Thank you. You can have it and do it. So this is not an exam, it's a check-in time. This is for you. No need to submit. This is not exam.
Okay.
So this is for you to check in with yourself. Take some moment. You have a little bit some time. So this is an important practice because when you bring it back home, you might not do it. Who doesn't have a pencil? Okay, so who needs a pencil? Later. You have pen. Both you ladies have your stationery set. Yeah. Thank you for bringing. Take a moment to answer this. This is for you to keep. It's good to do it now because when you bring it back home, you might not do it since we are already here. Let's enjoy this time now to check in. Yeah, you just put, yes, correct. Each one.
So maybe this one.
Yes. Correct. Then yes. Yes. So you can rate it between 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within that range. Then you total up to assess your level of stress for each of that first page, the statement. So this is for you to check in, dear friends. Check in and for you to keep. So you can answer as honestly as you can. So it summarizes all the things we have covered. So what is causing you stress? Are you stressed? Symptoms? So then we have stressor identification. Just choose 5. What is causing you stress in your life? Again, this is all check in. What are the symptoms you experience? Okay, this is checking.
I should be doing more with my time.
So here the symptoms are summarized according to physical, emotional and behavioral. So this is again awareness. Okay, so the plan is what you create a plan for yourself. So you have identified what are your top 3 stresses, what is your symptom, and how you cope with it, and what are you going to do. Short-term goals, long-term, and what you do every day. And who are your support system, and professional support. So if you can't finish now, it's okay. So we will, you can do it at home. So again, this is your plan, this is your commitment to a change that you want. Not because someone told you so, right? Yes.
Action plan is what to do next.
Yes, action plan is correct. What to do. So in the short term, in the next 1-3 months, what are your commitment to do what? Yes. According to where you want to go.
So what's the difference
Is your
between
goal?
6 or 12 months? Can be doing the same thing.
Yes, we can say within a year and then being. So some people like to break it like half year and then a year, then be more to long term. Long term can also be more than a year, depending what you're looking at. What is your manifestation? What is your goal that you're looking at? Okay, dear friends. So this questionnaire is basically a structured approach for you to assess your stress level, what is your primary stresses, identify the symptoms, coping strategy, and come up with your personalized plan. That's what it's about. Personalized plan means what works for you is perfect just for you. So this is about understanding thyself. Right, so this questionnaire, this assessment that I've given to you all, dear friends, is for you to look at your stress patterns and to be equipped to manage it your own way. What works for one may not work for another, but this is why we come to this personalized plan. Alright, okay, let's review what we have gone through today. So there are 3 learning outcomes, right? So at the beginning, I have stated the 3 learning outcomes. Number 1, we have looked at what is stress and its impact, what it can do to us. Second, we looked at the 6 tools to cope with stress. Third, develop a personalized plan according to your personality. Right? So we have covered these 3 learning outcomes today. The conclusion is, as you understand now, it involves layers of our being: thoughts, emotions, behavior, mindset. Mindset is thoughts, emotion, and how you behave, and then it becomes habit, then it becomes your reality. So the holistic approach is important. So for example, we are working towards a goal to achieve financial success, then we neglect the body. It doesn't work. Because remember, we carry this package everywhere we go. This body, this mind, and the emotions. Everywhere we go, we carry this body, we carry our thoughts, we carry our emotion. So it's better to do as a holistic approach, and it's always important to take small steps so that you don't get discouraged along the way. Remember, when you drop out, it's okay. Climb back in. Okay, it's never too late. Okay, dear friends, with that. Okay, so there are two pictures here. The picture on the left, as you can see, is the picture of a person behind bars in a prison. You see it as a prison, and the picture on the right is a playground. Which one would you choose? Playground. The playground. Yes, of course, playground. Life is a school and a playground. Don't you agree?
Yes.
So we should have fun and learn from our mistakes. So this is the words from my dear teacher Tom Silver. He said, life is a playground and a school. So where we can allow ourselves to have fun and learn along the way. Don't beat ourselves along the way. Life is a playground and a school. School. With that, my dear friends, this is my information. This is my details. You can feel free to contact me. It's my pleasure to be here today, and a pleasure meeting each and every one of you. Bottom of my heart, thank you for coming to this talk, and please contact me if you need any help or you need any information. I'm more than happy to help. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to guide you for this. This is basically a guided relaxation. We use the word wellness. Remember the word wellness? It, I think, resonates to most of us in our own way. So you can visualize whatever wellness means to you. That's important. Whatever wellness means to you, you visualize it, and let's program it, and let's embody that. Be the embodiment of what you want. Shall we? Yes. Okay, so shall we off the lights, please? Dear friends, as usual, this is a process of relaxation. So normally we close our eyes so that we can remove any distractions around us, so that we can enjoy this relaxation and focus concentration to achieve what we want in our life. So let us all close our eyes and come back to our breathing. Inhale through the nose and out through the mouth, letting go all the tensions. 2 more of this breathing. Inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. And inhale and let it out slowly now. And now allow your whole body to relax. We'll do a guided physical muscle relaxation. So we start at the top of the head. Allow the top of the head to relax, and allow the relaxation to flow down to your forehead. Allow the forehead to relax. Loosen up all the tiny muscles around your eyebrow, letting go. Eyes gently closed. Relax your eyes and your facial muscles. Keep your teeth apart. palm resting down, releasing your lower jaw. And allow your neck to relax, moving down to your shoulders now. All the weight on your shoulder now, let it melt down to both your hands, down to your fingertips. Allow the wave of relaxation now to move down to your chest, down to your abdomen, hips, and all the way down to both your legs. Your entire body is now completely relaxed. Now we'll bring this word wellness in this state of relaxation. You see the word wellness, whatever that it might mean to you, you are having that experience of wellness now. Allow yourself to experience wellness within. Whatever that may mean to you is perfectly fine. Allow your whole system now to be filled with this wellness. Your mind, your body, your entire being filled with this word wellness. Allow yourself to feel the emotion of wellness. How does it feel when you are experiencing wellness? How does that feel to you? Invoke that emotion. A beautiful, positive emotion. Let that beautiful emotion now become stronger, double it, triple it. What a beautiful feeling it is. Joy and happiness, peacefulness, coursing through the whole body. You are having that experience. I'm just guiding. Allow yourself to fully enjoy that experience of calmness, of relaxation, joy and peace. In a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5. As soon as I reach 5, I will say the word wellness, and your eyes will open and you feel wellness throughout your whole system. In a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5 and I'll say the word wellness, and your eyes will open and you feel well, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wellness, eyes open. Now continue in that relaxed state with your eyes open, in this low amplitude, in this brain wave that is a perfect amplitude to program good things. And you just program good things inside of you, which is wellness. And with that understanding, you slowly come back here to this present reality. Okay, dear friends, so in a relaxed state, it's very easy to program things that you want. So choose the right words, the words that you need to bring you towards your destination or towards your goal. And I wish you joy, peace and happiness, and we meet again soon. So before we leave, dear friends, I would appreciate, thank you so much again, once again, from the bottom of my heart, for being here with me, to allow me to share whatever I've learned along the way, and I hope that this will help you. And also, using these, probably you can help others doing the same. So So these are some of the resources, the free gifts that are given to you. Guided meditation is in this link. So you can go to this link, and there's some slides that I've done for the previous talks, and also recording from the previous talk that you can access from this resource, as well as a guided meditation. Okay, so now I would like all of you to help me to fill out this feedback form, and you just need to scan this. This is for the HRD code, and it's in Bahasa Melayu. So I would deeply appreciate if you can do that now. Just scan this. So it just takes about 1 or 2 minutes, then you have everyone Google review. So yeah, I'll give some time, and please leave your feedback here. Thank you so much. Is it in English?
What is the highest level of education you have achieved?
You had the right form, right? Yeah. Correct. This is in You managed to book it, right? Yeah, she managed to book it. She's not able to get that.
Can you just share it with us?
Scan. I tried several times and then only got it. Scanning, sir. I tried several times and then only got it.
Oh, this one.
I tried several times and then how it.
Not to feel.
We have to give names and all that. Indicate required Christian.
Oh. So do it for me. Youngsters, get one of these. And I just give it. Thank you, dear.